this thing live? We good? Am I good? Good to go? Ready to get this shit? Well, I got a problem. I don't know. Y button. Should I press Y? Okay, well, that didn't do it. I don't really know anything about this game. It was on my wish list. It's apparently inspired by Disco Elysium, but it's fantasy. Heard it's very good. At least from those on the Disco Elysium subreddit. I think it's really good. Don't think I'm gonna play Zero Parades. I might, but morally, I don't think I could in good conscience play Zero Parades. So instead I'm playing this. I mean, when it comes out. I could have played the demo today, but I didn't really feel like it. Fucking options here. Oh god, okay. Oh. Use different EB Garamond. I've used that. I love EB Garamond. Dyslexic. Roboto. Ubuntu. We'll use EB Garamond because Jesus, that's loud. Sure. We'll use that. Okay, new game. Oh god. Okay. Lore, uses, role. Okay, these are... Oh, these are my ability scores. Okay. Strength, Dex, Con, Int, Wiz, Charisma. Okay, so it's the same as like every fantasy thing. Every shepherd knows the song. It bellows up the river. Earth lives in that sliver of land. Torna's lament, folk prayer. Strength measures your natural bodily prowess alongside a testosterone-fueled mindset. As a man, it is only proper for you to hone your figure and its capabilities. But why? The search for meaning is as vital as the struggle towards competency. Luckily, you already know your cause. Protect the innocent, to lead the weak, to sacrifice until nothing but your bones hit the pavement, to literally die. Become a zealot. Regain your honor. Set out on your divine mission. The cleric's unique take on strength. Higher strength allows you to equip extra items. Be violent and or manly useful in encounters. Religious fervor. And aesthetic nationalism. Increased manhood. Okay. I love religious fervor and aesthetic nationalism. It's fucking sick. A high strength cleric votes for the party of Norvik, prays to his dead god, uses brute force on puzzles, punches big bad evil guys in the face, wants to become a real human hero, loves quests, simple as. A low strength cleric is a weak, sniveling rat, bows down to anyone stronger, can't handle the banter, gives up when the going gets tough, is afraid of women, doesn't care about quests. Alright, let's look at dexterity. I don't want to actually look. Okay, it is imperative to simply explain to these people that they have... Excuse me. It is imperative to simply explain to these people they have the right to choose. Believe in oneself is just. Wealth is built from within. Meriadoc Moonwatch sights beyond reeds. Dexterity measures natural reactivity, balance, and poise. The haste with which you express a witty remark or notice a nervous glance. And of course, your ability to gracefully avoid the consequences of your actions. It's all about risk versus reward. It is that feeling of self-preservation when everything falls apart around you. To grab as much as you can while the grabbing's good. Progress towards a new future full of freedom, so those who look out for themselves can prosper and survive. I promise you, no one else will. With enough dexterity, you can steal anything. Pick locks and sneak and dodge traps and roll initiative and react quickly as a dashing rogue. Become rich as a Republican revolutionary. Just run away, dummy. True. Okay. High dexterity cleric votes for the revolutionary freestriders, collects piles of shiny coins, acts first in every encounter, avoids trouble before it brews, always has a witty reply, looks out for himself, takes big risks and wins every time. Low dexterity cleric takes big risks and fails every time, doesn't notice anything in time, stumbles over his feet, drops the ball, figuratively and literally, is slow mentally and physically, is dirt poor, very embarrassing. Okay, what about constitution? Always listen to your hungry stomach, the hedonists of Blind Manifesto. Constitution measures your natural stamina, both mental and physical. It's how much you can take before going down. The world is harsh and unforgiving. It will beat you to a pulp with words and sticks. So listen to your gut, the instinct that kicks in when you're standing at the pit. It is the voice that speaks nothing but bodily truth. Every choice you make, every emotion you accumulate can be traced back to the lower half of that stomach of yours. Follow it. Retain the mortality of fleshy logic. Simple, easy, truthful. Constitution is needed for hit points. Control your body and its esoteric connection. Your political party polled 2% last week and you don't care. Pain is good for you. High Constitution Cleric keeps forgetting there's an election. Oh my god. Focuses on the good things in life, is tougher than entropy, keeps his neuroticism in check, talks with the spirits in the walls, listens to his gut, is already dead. A low Constitution Cleric will die, panics over everything, listens to his gut and is wrong, has no control of his bodily functions, can't handle the pain, has no special connection with walls. If I have low Constitution, does that mean I shit myself? Because that'd be fucking funny. It would probably suck in the moment, but like, it would be really funny. I'm kind of liking Constitution. Intelligence. Oh, sorry, I haven't looked at the ports for all of these. So this is a guy getting stabbed. It's a oily hand. Cool, it's like a snake. That's your stomach talking, literally. Okay, intelligence, here we go. It's a brain and some papers. A glorious design. Let those who learn lead through merit of ability and nothing else. Lord Phileas Prax, autobiography Prax. Hello. Intelligence measures your ability to recall, store, and process information. It is your logical receptacle and calculator. It is only proper for you to hone this pulsating mass within your skull. But why? Simple. Pure, unadulterated ego. Knowledge rules the world. So too shall you one day lead the weak. Bring your genius to the masses. If they do not bow, they do not deserve you. You know everything about the past. Therefore, it is only rational you will truly know the future as well. Enlighten the ignorant masses. Heard so much about this game. I've kind of been hearing about this game just through osmosis and being around the Disco Elysium subreddit, but apparently this game is pretty good, so I didn't touch the demo. Higher intelligence lets you prepare more spells, think, plan, and execute an actual plan. Complete the magicratic return. Okay. Complete the magicratic return, vote for yourself. Be a genius without peers. Okay, this is pretty fashy. Cool. Probably gonna be dumb as bricks, so I don't do that. Wisdom. It's like your heart with wings and eyes. Cool. The large crumble upon their heavy forms. The mystical falter at the crucial point. The small rise to the occasion. Halfweed's poem. Wisdom measures your awareness, intuition, and ability to understand the world around you, to feel it. You may not know why, but meeting the gaze of another grants you an empathetic bond with her wants and fears, her dreams and hopes. You can read people for good or bad and pick up details others would pass by. It is your belief in the heart of all folk, to give and share what you have and be completely and utterly selfless. It is the only true road to redemption. Gods only know how hard you try. I don't know anything about this game. I've just heard about it. I know it's inspired by Disco Elysium, except instead of being a weird 1970s-esque alternate universe, this is like fantasy, like high fantasy, I guess. If you're familiar with Dungeons and Dragons, it's like that. Beyond that, I don't know anything else about this game. I guess you play as a cleric based on what I've read here in the last 5 minutes of streaming. Yeah, I mean, don't let me keep you, you know. Do your thing. But stream daily? I do not stream daily at all. Last time I streamed was, let's see, when did I last stream? Several months ago, probably. Do not stream after work, no. I don't have work today. Last stream, I don't even remember when I last. 4 months ago, played Ace Combat. I stream literally whenever I feel like it, which means it's inconsistent. But I'm not interested in building a stream audience anyway. I just stream for the hell of it. Okay, wisdom looks pretty sick. Higher wisdom lets you empower your spells, be kind and see the good in all folk. Egalitarian hope of the Asgalian working class. Oh man, they're already speaking to me. There are no big bad evil guys. High wisdom cleric votes for the Asgalian Workers' Party, hates nothing except hierarchies, embraces his feminine side, follows his bleeding heart, masters primal magic, reads body language like a champ, notices all details. Low wisdom cleric is an oblivious fool, misreads cues all the time, does not think about the lower classes, does not get people, fails at spotting traps, is not aware where he is. Like, what's going on here? I'm so confused. Okay. Cool. I'm liking wisdom and con. Charisma. Cool. It's like a head on a hand. Those who believe in democracy have a wonderful view of folk. To think them capable of making rational and informed decisions devoid of personal bias and emotional conduct. It is frankly inspiring. Nicholas Darrow, Memoirs of a Statesman. Charisma measures your eloquence, confidence, and ability to navigate social situations of any kind. In short, it is the force of your unkempt personality, but they don't need to know that. Smooth talk your way into any position of your liking. You can be affiliated with any known faction or thought. Reality is molded around your will. Like a chameleon, become a social operator. Become anything you need to make everyone finally love you. By charisma, you get an automatic discount in select stores near you. Win every conversation, say the right thing, say whatever gets people to like you, and become an apolitical force of nature. Become arguably sociopathic. A high charisma cleric votes for whatever makes him popular, was socialized as a child, knows what to say to win favors, can actually flirt with some baddies, loves to mind control people, sees truth as a suggestion, has no soul. A low charisma cleric isn't very likable, doesn't know how to act with people, fumbles the baddies, fears conversations, is like the opposite of a skilled orator, has no style. Okay. So, oh, there's pre-builts? Oh god, this is like actual. Did you actually get like flat bonuses from increasing your... Oh, I guess these are what these are. Okay. I want to be... I want con. I want to be proficient in con and wisdom. And then are these my ability points? Okay, that's my fucking point buys. Okay. Yeah, I'm using words that people who play D&D know. I've played D&D, though I don't like it anymore. Background focus? Punching bag. Oh, these are different. Roll killer. Okay, wait. Bro, I didn't even fucking see this. You're a farmer's son. Okay, Cronus first, 6 PE. Punching bag. You're a farmer's son who grew up in the city. Of course, you'd be an outcast. It took time, but eventually you figured out how to cope with it. Troll killer. Feltani 14, 7 PE. This is like my birthday. You don't remember it, but you know well how your father died. Sometimes it motivated you, sometimes it felt impossible to live up to. 22nd Gorgoni, 10 PE. News in Norvik, pest control guild, mimic mishap, apartment complex in shambles. Didn't look like normal furniture. She's doing the fucking Bojack. Oceans. Kiosk kid, your mom wasn't around a lot, so to keep you out of trouble, she forced you to get a post-school job. You still despise the smell of newspapers. Lore enthusiast, 11 PE. Spending time alone in the city, you often end up at the Darrowian Library. The strange history of Jor's realm was a constant companion to you. Crowd pleaser. 11 PW, 12 PW, 13 PE. Don't know. I'm assuming these are like calendar markers, like the same way we have BCE and AD, like BC AD. Crowd pleaser. Inevitably, you ended up with the wrong crowd. You quickly picked up on the slang and radical terminology, doing anything to get real friends. Little weirdo. You were a novelty to them, the boy who would do or say anything for their attention, for their approval. After 2 or so years, you got quite good at it. As Gallist activist, local rally stopped by fascist landlord. The manifesto, what we learned from the hedonists. Your friends soon introduced you to the rebellious belly of Norvik. As a teenager, you spent years spreading chaos and worse, dwarf propaganda. Earthguard recruit. Ingarmy 3rd, 17. After your arrest, there wasn't much arguing about it. Those 3 grueling years in training drilled on the city code and virtues, but you survived. You really Ever only prayed for that one thing during those lonely years, but the gods did not answer, so you learned to manage as always. Acolyte, 19 PW, 20 PE. Your knack for scribing got you a promotion to the clerical duties. Picked out of the ranks, you quickly showed deep devotion to your divine city. Soul Mill, Tower Apprentice. Joining the towers is an honor bestowed upon few. It is also a terrible challenge even for you. Who'd have thought lectures were so draining? Bro, is there like a fucking con whiz one that I missed? Arcane Prodigy. For the first time in your life, you were a natural. You've always known a few cantrips, but real magic was something else. It was power. Alice Spawn. As a rising talent, you often found yourself amidst the politicking of superiors despite your best efforts. It never ended well for you. Faithful Harbinger. There's something wrong. Praying to a dead god whose whispers linger in the air, slowly fading, you are isolated among your peers. Oh, here we go. This is my shit, bro. I like how there's a question mark here. You spent most nights seeking esoterical insight, a lonely life. Your findings were unwanted by those in charge, yet you did not stop never. Revolutionary Scribe. Disillusionment. A city with ideals not upheld. One day you chose a side, the emerging democracy. You wrote day and night for change and glory. Abject apostate. No one likes you. When you were demoted for dereliction, no one spoke up against it, but it's fine. You'll be fine. After all, you're used to it. Dead cleric. Growing up alone, getting into trouble, training with the Earth Guard, devoting your life and becoming a cleric. Was it always supposed to end in the river? Okay, I'm liking Esoteric Expert. Which frees me up to get load up on the rest of these. This is health bar, right? Yeah. And this is for stronger spells. Let's just be like a good person, you know? Fuck it. I'm normally like a dex person, but fuck it, we'll just tank everything. Yeah, let's do that, and then at 10. Okay, let's just put everything at 10. I'll figure out what I want to actually like max. What are the pre-builds doing? You can go as high as like fucking 18 with proficiency. I think I want con to be my max skill. I'm not fucking dying. What do I want to take out of? Probably out of intelligence. We're gonna be dumb as bricks, but we have a good heart. We're a noble savage. We're a noble savage. And we're gonna be bad at talking. No, I feel like being good at talking to people. Be a little bit strong. Be a real human hero. And money? These games, I don't know, man. I feel like this is fine, right? What are the pre-builds looking like again? Maybe I should just put con at 18, you know? But what should I take away from? Let's get rid of some intelligence. We're really gonna be stupid. Is both ignorant and confident? Oh no, hell yeah, brother. That's exactly. Is an idiot? Duh. Yeah, this is exactly what it's all about. I can't max con. Fuck. Fuck it, more wisdom. More wisdom. All right, this is what we're going with. 12 strength, 8 dex, 16 con, 6 int, 14 wiz, 10 charisma. We're an esoteric expert, whatever the fuck that means. We're just looking beyond. We're trying to peer beyond the veil. And then I'm proficient in con and whiz. All right, let's get it. This could be a horrible plan. At least I won't fucking die, right? 5 days until the first ever election. An explosion erupts at the heart of the city. No one wants to deal with it, so they send you. I'm fucking cracked. The dumbest cleric imaginable, but also thick as a brick, ready to face death itself. I bet you this changes based on your fuck. Complete your quests in any order. Don't be afraid to make interesting choices, and remember to listen to your stomach. Oh yeah, bro, that also changes based on your thing. Campaign will take you from level 1 to 6. We'll play for about 5 to 8 sessions. It's been a journey to put this together. I hope you have a good time, Chris. And if you ever feel lost in the lore, just keep in mind you got 6 int. Speak with the dead. 3rd level necromancy. Oh my god, it's literally just... Oh, it's like I'm reading fucking... This is just bringing me back to D&D, and I don't. Killing me on the inside. VSM duration 10. You grant the semblance of life and intelligence to those within range, allowing you to questions. Yeah, okay, I know what to speak. A mote of light. Jor. Truth and nothing else, a voice declares. What is your name? DC 8 failure. Did I even roll? I think it's just passive check. Right, your name. It's one of those Norvikian names. Starts with an R. Dragon. Dragon? Yes, that's the one. Open your mouth and speak Ragan. No, that doesn't sound right to me. Of course not, for you are the cleric. What? You are often referred to as cleric. So my name is... Yes, speak it. Cleric. If your name is what they call you, this is it. I don't know. I didn't see what happened on the... You answer another question from the darkness. What is your occupation? You are dead. Dead? How can you be dead? You're thinking, aren't you? Dead does not mean gone. What are you, a fucking poet? Look around. Your senses reach out into the void, a glimmer dangling far, far away. I don't want to be dead. You do, if you can embrace it, do so. What's an occupation in this context? Work, getting paid for labor. Didn't you have a job? Something really important? Your class. Oh, yes. Tell me about your class. Class? What class am I? Lower class. Damn. You are a city cleric, nothing more. I'm definitely a cleric. True calling. Learn a little into being a cleric. Gain 10 XP 5 times. Last 2 times. Okay. It takes a while before the next question is posed. What is your current goal? You need to find out who blew up the tea shop. Goblin chieftain, she needs you. A tea shop exploded? Unfortunately, yes. That's not good. I like tea shops, bro. They are lovely, yes. You may ruminate further on tea shops at a later date. Alright, there's a question to be answered. Your goal is... Why are all these questions? No clue, but you should keep them talking. It's been silent here for far too long. To find the goblin chieftain... Is that right? You know it to be true. No reply, no feedback. Then the voice asks, what is your political affiliation? The question strikes your entire consciousness, sending it spinning. National Party of Norvik, of course. If you care for your fellow, vote for Les Gallus. The Free Striders, maybe? Then again, you're no revolutionary. Things just move way too fast these days. Elections are ridiculous. Don't know any of these words. Don't worry, it doesn't matter. Just say whatever you think will be the most useful to you, which is, just say you're apolitical. I mean, working class people. Election week. Huh. Life is a struggle to alleviate oppression. The exiles know this well. You have supported them in the past. Time to do so again. This is fading. This is the end. The final question. How did you die? Following your convictions. Drowning in the river. Same way you lived, unable to step out of the uniform, not for 1 second. I fell into divinity. She took me whole. That sounds bang. I died when he died. This sounds banger. I fell into divinity. She took me whole. Fuck yeah, man. Game by Christopher Bodegard. Oh shit, 'tis me. Raw fury. Little pocket watch. Esoteric Ebb. Is it a fucking lobster? Oh. Lot of apples. Okay. Day 1, March 22nd, 27 PE. Fresh start. Get up. Got an achievable. Your heartbeat is loud, screaming. Your body aches, it's stiff as if you've slept for days. Ready for your glorious quest to continue. Circular stone chamber, a storage for apples and corpses. House of the dead, your stuff. What stuff? Your hands dart around your pouch and uniform. Take a deep breath. No spellbook, no mace. Face it, you've been robbed. Your legs shake, tears begin to form. Deep breaths, your belongings are surely here somewhere. Wait, what's this about a quest? Fuck, one. Oh, this is my HP. Wait, it's a quest. Quest. A task performed by heroic individuals and or professional adventurers. You're on a quest to save the city. Earth be blessed. Earth here. Save the city? Yes, save it from the jaws of democracy. Excuse me? Do I remember everything? Yes, everything is off, but your memory is intact. Your thoughts are scattered, but your mind is fine. Request was given yesterday. Remember, the tea shop. Tea shop? Yep, the tea shop that blew up. It'll be a tough one. Might take days. A chance for redemption. Redemption. Okay, wait, redemption. Wait, what did I do? Insubordination. Inconstancy. Light apostasy. The words live inside your bone marrow. It's a job? So I've done this before. You haven't really. Your previous experience lies more in some basic Earthguard militia service, as well as a few years at the towers. Earthguard, the heroes of Norvik, keepers of the city law, defenders of humanity, your brothers. Excuse me. A quest. I like those. Good attitude. There's always more around the corner, so look out. Don't want to miss any. But how much time do I have? Until the election. Duh. Which is in 6 days. No, it's not. What the hell? It's in 5 days. Depends on your definitions. Definitions of what? Time? The Patriarch was very clear. Handle the tea shop before election day. You must honor this request and complete this quest. Time only advances when you make new choices and dialogues. Okay, so to be clear, I need to figure out who blew up some random tea shop. More or less. But you've got like 5 days to do it, so no stress. There's that feeling again. The feeling you're about to enter a path from which there is no way back. No way back doesn't sound too... Can I think about this first? Good or bad, you won't know until you've reached the end. That's very ominous. Okay. It's a D4, so I couldn't have died. But, the weight of the Earthguard uniform, a dull pain takes hold. You require healing. You must consume an apple now. Your skull is broken, the content whole. Bring yourself back from the brink, find solace on the path, and save the paladin from his madness. The flesh will thank you. Your stats are low or high or low enough, chimes will appear in your mind. They will suggest, inform, or offer unique paths. Trust them at your own risk. Oh, are these like the bubbles that would appear in Disco? As you do, your fingers touch upon cold steel. It is covering your entire head. You take it off. No. DC-20. I wouldn't do that. Like ripping off your own face. Not a good idea. Not yet. Can't wait until you do. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, these were DC-20 and this guy gets DC-6? Okay, thank you. Behold it. An apple looks better than the ones in the pile. Hard apple. Class conflict. You declare yourself the cleric of Norfolk 2 times. It's a grand title suitable for a true human cleric like yourself. Blue up. Your purpose on Tolstad is to investigate an exploded tea shop, locate this establishment, and gain entry. Election week. The first ever election in Norvegian history will take place in just a few days' time. What will you vote for? You've talked about positive opinions on Asgalism about one single time ever since waking up in the Lich House really brings you back. Oh, so these are like... I understand. It's like the record. This is like the, This is just the quest log from Disco. Inventory. Garden apple. An apple grown on Tolstad. Colors ripple across the surface. Consuming it will save your soul. Yay! Dice, proficiency. Slots. Deep storage. Practically your face. Do not take it off. Oopsie. Ooh, I like this map. Earth, your god. Earth guard. Okay. Okay, these are... Sword wounds. Oh, we're not gonna do that. This isn't yours, is it? Oh, I'm gonna take it anyway. Cloak is sprawled upon the iron slab. As you grab it, you immediately feel the dampness spreading into your gloves. It is light blue and tattered, and it was once yours. An Earthguard cloak add-on. It has been ripped to shreds at the base, but you can still use it. Please note this thing is disgusting. Got the water. Filthy liquid falls to the floor of the stony chamber. It smells of salt water. Beware, someone must have mixed water and salt here. Foul alchemical concoction. Still quite. Should I wear this? No? Think about it. You reach for your fancy red pouch of holding. Cloak easily slips inside into the extra dimensional space with a satisfying slurp. Really love my pouch of holding. Yes, you are very lucky. There are like 1 million crowns on the market. Crowns, the Norvikian crown, the main coinage in Norvik. Norvik, your home city, founded by our god towards the end of the Coast War. It is built upon several layers of ancient ruins. Coast War. Coast War. Great War. A conflict between the Arcanists of Reeds, as well as every other nation connected with them across the coast. A horrible waste of human lives which claimed millions of lives. There was no honor in this fighting that you know. Human, tall and beautiful like yourself, known as the pest of the coast by those who are less inclined to reproduce like rabbits. Of course, you don't truly own this pouch of holding. It's property of the state, treated as such. You have simply alters your ability. Okay. Corpse under a blanket. You stare at a blue rag. It is draped over the outline of a someone. How is this guy sleeping down here? Ah, I see. It must be normal to take naps down here. No response. Sir, please don't ignore me. No breathing, no movements, nothing. Oh. Oh, he's dead. No shit. Recently deceased. Actually check under the rag. Underneath you find the corpse of a human. Thinning blonde hair, unkempt facial hair. His sons miss him and despise him. Select a dice choice. You then roll a 20-sided die. If you get the same or higher as a DC, then you succeed on that roll. I'm good with corpses, right? What do you mean? Like, I've been trained to handle them, right? You know exactly what you're doing. Formal training is for people without true talent. Got it. I'm a master of corpsecraft. Indeed. I just have to roll a fucking 10. Okay, well. There's something strange here. We must look closer. Harsh scars over the skin. Signs of being either a hard worker or a careless worker litter his skin. Make sure to check the back as well. When you touch it, black veins appear over its skin. Feeling of impending doom comes over you. Your stomach drops. Followed by a wave of pain. I just died. I fucking died, bro. Ah, we're good. Ah, we're fine. We passed all 3 death saving throws. Necrotic energies let go of the damn corpse. When you let go, the pain subsides. The dark marks on its skin disappear as quickly as they showed up. But a horrific spell. The corpse is cursed by something wicked beyond your powers. You slowly cover up the corpse once more. Let's not speak of this. You need to look deeper into this. What the hell kind of magic is on this thing? Something horrific. It's really evil. Whatever it is, do not touch it again. Okay, to loot him, right? Yeah, as long as he doesn't wake up or anything. If you can suffer the loss of moral integrity. Not like the guy will complain, but don't go around talking about it too loud, okay? It would be dishonorable. Only take that which you need for your quest. What is this guy? His hands are callous. He's built like a sarcophagus. Just a man. A dead man. An honorable dead man. Why is he here? This is a morgue. A lich house, clearly. Corpses are kept on cooling in places like this before cremation or burials. I should stop bothering them. I'm gonna eat this fucking apple. 2 HP, that's 1 more than I fucking need. Base of leaves smells lovely. Incense. Incense easily burns, spices, and herbs can be used to recover first level spell slots. This Elysium had a button press that would highlight every interactable. I don't think this game has it. Find shrine covered in apples. Shrine of earth. The runes fill your senses as you approach. The color is faded. This monument is hollow, void of all life and divinity. And worse, it's covered in rotten apples. Are these rare? No, you will find shrines like this all over Norvik. Sacred shrine, left in this state. It's an insult to earth on all this. Okay, I don't care about that. These old things are still around, huh? Can I pray here? What exactly? Earth, of course. There are many gods listening to our prayers, always. Just remember that they might not respond so clearly. So I can pray to some random god? You may pray as you wish. There's an internal element to it that is underappreciated. It makes you whole. Excuse me. Let's just move. Small. Cast spells, you must first prepare them at shrines. Prepared spells can be cast when the cleric has a reason to do so, either in or out of dialogues. Each cast expends 1 spell slot of the corresponding level. What other gods are there? Many, you know a few. So there's Earth, father of Norvik. Earth is dead, dead gods do not speak. Dead, yes, but he speaks through you. You've devoted your life to follow in his footsteps. Asgal Ashmask. Asgal Ashmask. That's a bit of a tongue twister. Asgal Ashmask was a dwarven god of exiles and egalitarianism. His followers do not pray to him, for he is not even seen as a god by most. A weakling who sacrifices people for an unattainable foolish dream. Though there are parts of his tale you cannot deny are quite romantic. Lone man, rising against possible odds. No wonder his followers still rampage across Ascani. Asgal Ashmask, a dwarf of a low caste, born deep in the Lechem Miraz tunnels. When he attained divinity in 443 AE, he crushed the kingdoms and formed the Asgal Folkhem Forge. On his death in 470 AE, a great civil war broke out, resulting in the exiling of all his followers to the surface. But his influence was felt all around the undercoast and above, as his exiled dwarves spread Asgalism to all corners of Ascani. Ascan, one of the 8 bands along the coast. It is a cold, mountainous realm. It is your home, also referred to as an Ascani interchangeably. The Undercoast. Undercoast, a nickname for the undersea coast. Undersea coast, the gravity reversed cavern, sea, and archipelago, right underneath the coast. Dig down far enough, and you'll end up passing through the gravity flip, and then you can make the climb to the under. That's pretty cool. Tokig, the gambler. A trickster, a type of god only famous for his ridiculous ploys. Tokig the gambler is often seen as a silly goblin myth. In truth, there are a few goblins who still worship him after the conquest. Praying to Tokig would, if you for some reason would get a response, only result in the exact opposite of whatever you wanted. Trickster goblin who united the tribes of Ascani during the Divine Era, most famous for cutting off his right hand to fulfill a prophecy. Bulba, the Last Titan. First of many, a beast of Jor. Beast of Jor, term for those creatures invited by Jor during the Gate Era, essentially a term for all the extremely old and ancient creatures across the coast. Jor, the name of our realm, also the name of the legendary wizard who created it. He died during the closing at the end of the Gate Era. Gate Era, first of our 5 eras. When Jor crafted his realm and the gods fought to bring order, that was the Gate War. Bulba was that of the Hunt. Bulba, last of the Titans, fought against dragons in Vorgeni, died in Heishi Swamp. His corpse spawned many monstrosities across the coast. Behemoths who raged across the coast. In his name we celebrate the Eternal Hunt. I'm done. You are. Move the apples. Take long for you to move some of the nasty apples away from the front of the shrine. Small improvement, big in the heart. Pray. Staring at the chiseled monument, you focus your mind. Take a deep breath and begin your prayer. And tranquility. Now return here when I have more things to think about. Always. You are the only one who is always there. No one ever answers your prayer. Contemplate the tea shop. You let your mind go through the basics of what you know. The tea shop was destroyed in the middle of the day. Minor injuries were reported. Your goal is to enter the tea shop and investigate it properly. That is it. The first election. Your vote won't matter. Your vote will be the most important of all. Ask those around you what they will vote for, and you might find your own voice along the way. Get your class. Contemplate your class. Identity is not easy. It's everything from faction to home life to street. What you choose might be a first step. Choose wisely. Preparing spells. To the right, you may view a list of all your available spells. In order to cast spells, you need to first prepare them by approaching shrines which are scattered around the city. For each spell you wish to prepare, fill its empty slot to the right. You only prepare a spell if you have a spell slot of the corresponding level available. Spell slots. Bottom left, you may view your current spell slots. Each circle represents one slot each circle represents one slot which you may expend to cast a spell. You may only cast spells when there is a use for them. When a spell is castable during specific situations in dialogues, the spell tile button of that particular spell will be lit up. Spell tile buttons can be found next to your spell slots once you have finished preparing your spells. Spells prepare 1. Prepared spells. Spell difficulty. Selected spell. I have 1 spell. Cure wounds. Finish. There's spell slots, and this is the actual spell. Great mountain of apples. Boy. Divine scripture where it does not belong. Field of Faith. This is a spell book. First level abjuration, bonus action. Oh god, these bonus. This is just D&D. Shimmering field appears and surrounds you, protecting you from damage for the duration. Any loss of hit points is reduced by 1. Okay, well, might as well prepare it. A very important piece of paper. Voting card. A scuffed voting card made out to Ragnar Hemlin. It's from a dwarven office for some reason, and someone has checked in all 5 parties on the list. You need to bring this to a polling place on election day if your voice is to be heard. Oh, I can examine these. Pick up the surprisingly thick piece of paper with a shaking hand. This is your future. The card is slightly torn and has clearly been drenched at some point. At the top it says Rostokort in big bold lettering. Means voting card in fancy Ascani Dwarven. 5 days remaining. Alright, there's an election. Oh! It was nice to not think about it for once. Time for a damn revolution. We'll bring it all down and build it up again. Not too hard, someone could get hurt. How does this thing work? You pick it up at a district office. You only need to check the box of one of the 5 parties. Then you deliver it on election day to a polling place. Although in your case, you need to write the name of the party you want in the corner along with a signature. Since you filled out every box like an idiot, protect this card with your life. This is your one vote. You should indeed take care of it. What's the parties? Nationalist, Party of Norvik. The Inheritors of Earth's Will. A theocratic organization founded to uphold the old ways, headed by magistrates and 20-something noble families. Magistrate, the highest government position beyond the Lord Patriarch, chosen to rule a district in Norvik for 10 to 12 years depending on their bloodline. Lord Patriarch. Lord Patriarch, the commander of city forces and top cleric beneath Earth. The title is appointed by Earth. Currently, Lord Akasum holds the title, having led the city for the past 30 years. He is a withdrawn leader, over 80 years of age, and has put most power in the hands of the magistrates. Cleric, a servant of God, deeply devoted and spiritually connected. Typically a divine spellcaster, given power through their deity. Divine, one of the 3 pillars of magic. It is represented by the sacred, the faith of all folk, their souls, and is granted by gods who once walked among us. Free Strider, Revolutionary Party. Free Strider, the new way. People in the east have overthrown the old wizards and gods. For years, the revolution has slowly creeped into the city. Now it's time to finally enjoy the free cities and get rich. Free Cities, a collection of city-states in reeds, all united under the golden banner of Free Striderism. Norvik will join them one way or another. Asgalist, Workers' Party. Asgalist, the workers who built the city want to rule it. Seems only just. Their vision is of a fair and even society where those who live underneath rise up to show their worth. After all, why can't we share? Agrarian, Rural Party. Agrarian, those who live off the earth. Simple farmers, people of the land, the common clay of Ascani fields. Their political movement has mostly been swallowed by the Asgalists. All these parties sound dreadful. Arcanist, Party of Magic. Okay, maybe not that one. And finally, the last box doesn't say anything. This is where you can input whatever you want or just leave it empty for a null vote. The box next to each party is filled in with a smudged check mark, including the last empty one. Are these all the parties? Yes, all of them. At least that you know of. No. Earth crowns, the official currency minted in Norvik's Riksbank. These silver coins are most valuable along River Torna, as the Norvikian River's Reach offers its support and trade in general. There's also slots of event. I'm gonna need to drink a lot of water today, apparently. Oh god, and I also have tabletop session later today. I have to run Lancer. Make a map. Oh boy. Excuse me. Another apple. I need all the help I can get here. I have 3 HP. 1 exhaustion, is that what that says? Central apple pile. You stare at a pile of apples. Apples are good for you. Whose apples are these? Not yours. Maybe they're grown somewhere around here or below from the ground or from trees, like potatoes or tomatoes. You are now hungry. These be stored alongside corpses. Of course not, it's nasty. It's just apples, they won't damage the corpses. Something tells you that no, they should not. Could I eat my way through this pile of apples? Certainly try. There's the phrase. You are not capable of carrying such a tremendous burden. Be greatly beneficial. Ability checks roll D20 with your modern state unit count. A lot of apples. Yes. Remove the bad apples first. Remove the bad apples before you chow down. That was a achievement. Okay, your hand swipe over the surface of apples, carefully plucking away any signs of spoilage. Oh my god, thank god. You look upon this challenge with determination. Your stomach is empty. Dig in. Digging in, the first apple goes on the hatch. Another one. Number 2 goes well. You shoot in peace. Now the third. Yep, that sure was an apple. Next one. This one was harder. Your stomach fights the taste. One more should be fine. This is the limit. As you chow down on the apple, you feel your jaw ache, your hand shake. Apple overdose, dangerous stuff. You've heard of that. Scary. You feel refreshed, for a moment at least. A pile of apples towers over you still. You've barely made a dent. Yes, eat the apple, apple boy. You feel sick, you see something sticking out of the pile of apples. Piece of paper? No. It is a spell scroll. Oh, dancing light. Ah, the scroll is just for a simple cantrip. Oh well, you quickly memorize the scroll, consuming it into your psyche as you always do. Some people at towers used to fear your innate power to master magic like that, which is understandable. It's pretty terrifying. Cantrips are spells that be cast at will outside of dialogues. Do not consume any spell slots. Dancing lights, awesome. Torch size light, yep. I'm assuming there's combat in this game. I don't know. A guy looks indecisive. It's a zombie. You approach a shambling man by the apple pile. He does not acknowledge your presence. He isn't aware of you. Just stare at him. Glancing under his hood, you catch a blank expression spread upon a dried face. The man does not appear to react in any way to being poked. His glassy dark eyes just stare forward into nothing. Wait, is this a zombie? Sir, are you a member of the undead? He does not respond. What's he doing? The zombie is attempting to clear a path through the apple pile. I found this voting card over there. Is it yours? The zombie does not even grunt in your direction. He just keeps working slowly. You grip the voting card firmly in your gloved hand. It is indeed yours. Keep it safe. We need to establish an Asgalis government. It's the only way for us average peasants to not fall back into the oppression of feudalism, or worse, mediocrity. A government with heart. You've become an Asgalis, gained for choosing this political stance 2 times. Okay, hang on. This one's gonna take a second. And my throat is killing me. Today of all days. Oh my god. The social democratic model of the dwarves is ingenious, just balanced enough to work with our human dwarven majority populace. A true working class revolution is clearly needed. Cooperative ownership of the guilds is the first step, just like Earth established with Norvikian collectivized agriculture. As long as we don't collapse like the original Asgalian Undercoast state did, or the Vizca kingdoms, or the 3 wings of Divini Torum, or the, okay, I see where they're going with this game. Let's do this one. The fleshy ball plank does not reply or counter your words. Am I boring you? The zombie carefully places another apple at the top of the pile. He does not have an opinion of any kind. Politics is not good for your soul. Should I defeat the zombie? Yes, it is only just undead are not to be allowed in Norvik. Well, let's leave him alone for a second. I don't think he's doing anything. I can't reach that from here. Spiral staircase, ancient art. There's things over there, and I like... maybe I can go around. May not de-equip your helmet. Biskin's Lair, Upper Tolstad. Good morning, cleric. Mushroom is probably edible. Swamp extract. A small fungal spore ball. These can be farmed along the undercoast. They do wonders for your gut. They're probably not mind altering. Probably. Well, I don't need them right now. So chill on that one. The red eye of earth. Dora left his mark across the bands. Today it is a universal sign of magic. Some people around here. Oh. Love me some people. Your fate one day. Hey, you don't need it. Biskin, local mortician. I have to decipher. Isn't this like Nordic ruins? Behold at DC one later. Oh, fuck off or whatever. Pocket watch. Esoteric pocket watch +1 intelligence advantage in esoteric events. This silver-lined timepiece never shows the correct time of day. It is always at least 10 hours out of alignment, no matter how anyone tries to correct it. At a touch, you can feel the faint magic pulsating within. The wielder gains a greater perception of esoteric happenings and occurrences within 200 feet, +1 intelligence advantage in air and esoteric events. Can I equip this? I can. Fuck yeah, man. Biskin, local mortician. The pale man sits hunched over a stack of forms, busy at work, his pencil slowly filling out line after line. On the top paper, you see an icon of a serpentine drake. That symbol, it's on a lot of official documents of the city. That is the Great Perch of Norvik. Great Perch, the drake-like sea creature found along River Torna. Earth was known to tame these creatures, and eventually the Great Perch became the symbol of his great city. Second longest documented river along the coast, splitting the band of Ascania in half. Up and about, are we? Wonderful. Death. This is death. I am Viskin, local entrepreneur and proprietor of this lich house. It appears you don't really belong here, but if there is anything I can do, cleric, just let me know. He smiles at you. Yet his eyes say something else. Look around the room. Dimly lit and damp, a musky stench lingering in the air. You see books and flasks and stone altars around the circular chamber. There are several corpses present. Did you save my life? Puts down his pen. Your life is your own. You owe me nothing. However, I'm afraid to say you've been through quite the turmoil, cleric. I died, didn't I? Those fishermen who brought you here certainly thought so. Eyes of the working men do not deceive. Not that I blame them. You weren't exactly in prime condition. You never are. River take ye. They caught you in their net, believe it or not. Such a strange tale. But I end up in a river. Not a river, the river. I'm afraid I don't have much to tell. Perhaps you fell off one of the bridges to Tolstad? Perhaps there is an esoteric explanation to all of this. Perhaps you would know, cleric. Who are these fishermen? River guilders, I believe. They did not look like poachers, so my guess would be that. Find them. They hold the truth. Okay. Where can I find these fishermen? Honors your question. I didn't ask for names, sorry to say, but perhaps Waterlane? That's just a guess. Waterlane, the largest trade port in Norvik, located in a massive tunnel piercing the center of Tolstad. It is a so-called marvel of dwarven engineering, and it's the reason so many people commute to Tolstad over the many bridges, considered as one of the great crafted wonders of the world. Either that or the local tavern. I hope you find them. Oh, I am, in fact, alive? The pale man stops for a moment. He looks you up and down. Yes, I believe you are. Alive. Once dead. DC 29? I require assistance with some things. Horse cleric, anything for the city. I don't know where to go. Your shaky voice makes you sound positively complete and utter despair of flesh and bone. I don't mean to tell you what to do, cleric, but there is a certain rumor that our local goblin chieftain is waiting for you. Goblin. Short and green, got claws and flangs, got claws and fangs, little monsters. They've got 3 tribes in Norvik and are considered somewhat civilized. Goblin chieftain? Lady Miska Sageleaf is her name. She is down in the Goblin Garden. Of course you've heard of her. Lady Sageleaf is quite famous. Her name is spoken in both reverence and fear. Dragons of Tolstad. They call her the Dragon of Tolstad. She sounds scary. She is. Treat her with respect, cleric. As I say, for your own good. Lady Sageleaf is a powerful ally. I would even go so far as to call her de facto lawkeeper here on this island fortress. A sliver of genuine tone slips out. He has great respect for this dragon. Wait, this is part of the job, talking with some petty goblin queen? You may find her at the southern tip of Tolstad, the pale man says and keeps scribbling on his papers in review. So what do you know about spell casting? Quite a bit. He seems wary on the subject. Can you teach me magic? A slight smirk creeps on his face. I sadly don't have time for a proper lecture at the moment. After the election, I can make time if you're interested. Beware, his tutelage holds great evil. Until then, you are free to browse my collection, he says, glancing at the many books along the western wall. And of course, here. Charm Person. Copy of Charm Person, it will surely be useful to you. That's a great shortcut to charming people, although you gotta be careful with the fallout if you care about such things. You explain the very basics of spellcasting. Oh, I mean, of course. He wonders if your head is still filled with water. As a wizard, you memorize your spells before casting them. As an arcane cleric, you must memorize your spells during prayer at a shrine. There's one upstairs by the apples. Arcane, one of the 3 pillars of magic, it is Presented by the forces that make up all esoteric events. Those who play Jor's strings tap into these powers, programming the laws of the existence around their whims. Esoteric. The magic of Jor and his strings, the coast is infused with it. Where can I find more shrines? There's a Temple of Earth, of course. It's just up the stairs past the pillar. There's also one on Waterlane View, I believe, past a trade post. You'll find more hidden around every corner, I can promise you that. How do I get more spells? 2 ways. You can spend time learning them, drafting pages out of the palace archives, or the great library in the towers, since you obviously would have some access to that. Palace, an unofficial nickname for the current rulers of Norvik, named after the palace district in which most central authority resides. However, I don't believe you have time for either of those options, so I would suggest the other route. Spell scrolls. Oh yeah, I saw one downstairs. Yes, a piece out of my collection. Oh. We're very much allowed to indulge, cleric. I'm glad to assist the city in need. Put them out for your... Why? Now, Tolstad is filled with all kinds of strange caches, so you'll probably encounter more by just looking around. If you get your hands on a scroll, then just memorize it. Cantrips or spells, doesn't matter. I'm sure you're talented enough to memorize them on the spot. Sure, thanks. All I have to ask. Spellcasting. If you want to practice, feel free to cast anything non-lethal on my servant Ost. Wow, that's evil. Treating a servant like that is despicable. I don't want to do that. In fact, it sounds quite awful. Fair enough, just remember that spells are terribly useful when applied properly. Called me cleric. Did, yes. What gave it away? Stops for a second and glares at you. The facade drops for a moment. A heavily armored man in Earthguard colors with a prayer book on his hip. The book is not in your possession right now, but it must be near if the pale man has seen you with it. They might have found you in the river, but you're clearly of city stock. Could be, I am indeed the cleric. Good for you. The path of being a cleric is becoming even more familiar. Cool. Purpose is here. You serve the city as a cleric of the river. I'd love to ask what type of cleric you type. Yes, if you are a clergyman, you might run a congregation for a local religion or deity. Holy man on a holy mission. Then there are clerics of the bureaucratic variety, city officials speaking for the religious state. You, however, must be an arcane cleric. No, I'm the chosen one. The pale man stops and ponders your response. Chosen for what? To die. Been there, done that. Really? Good luck with that. That's all the help I need, thanks. Great, anything else you want to ask? There's a zombie in your basement? Oh, how quaint. Sure. Why is it there? We're closely connected with the city below. The undead seemingly wander as they please. City below. Over the city below the city. A phrase used to describe the incredible amount of tunnels and ruins below Norvik. Lots of monsters and stuff down there. Also riches if you delve deep enough. However, I will have to take this up with Lady Sageleaf. I pray good crowns for... abbreviation. The Halfway Bridge Tribe. Commonly referred to, or commonly called the Halfways, one of the 3 goblin tribes in Norvik, and arguably the most influential, despite their size, led by Lady Miska Sageleaf with their headquarters in the Goblin Garden on Tolstad. Oh, so it's all misunderstanding then, good. Kept moving apples down there. Oh, the apples? Fascinating behavior. He does not appear very fascinated. You don't seem very alarmed about this. A stray undead will cause no trouble here. He gives you a rare smile and turns to the kobold by the stairs. Isn't that right, Ost? Yes, master. Great to have that cleared up. I have some other questions. Shoot. Okay, sure. Let's figure out what's weird about this guy. A 10. Okay. Yeah, it's not happening. Look at the pale man who keeps working on his documents for approximately 2 minutes. Eventually, you feel stuck in your thoughts. I don't mean to imply I know more than an honorable Earthguard member, my good cleric. However, you must certainly have more important things to do on a day like this. He's correct. Maybe you can get back to this later. Thanks for unlocked after a long or short rest, or by spending shards of Jor. Roll with a very high DC should probably be lower before attempting again. Go now, before you do, make sure you collect all your belongings. What belongings? Quite a lot. Your uniform, your cloak, and also a voting card. A peculiar voting card. Every party's been marked on it. I'm assuming it's yours. Yeah, sorry, I'm indecisive. Pale man ignores your comment. I asked Ost to lay the surviving pages of your spellbook to dry over there, he says. So that they could dry since they were wet. How good. Then looks over to the corners of a desk, where you took the pocket watch. Good. The esoteric pocket watch Is very useful. Cleric, make sure to keep it close. In an esoteric pocket, an area overtaken by esoteric magic, exceedingly rare along the coast. The further inland you get, the more common they are, with the infinite wastes being theorized to be filled with nothing but. Esoteric magic, term for naturally occurring magic caused by the shape and form of Jor's realm, sometimes called wild magic or Jor's discord. Beyond that, you should be good. Did I have any weapons on me? None, I'm afraid. They must be at the bottom of River Torna. Damn! Got to pick up something new. Maybe a warhammer? Good, you do not need arms in the city, you need heart. Yeah, I'm off the quest a bit. Unnatural. If only every government employee was as devoted as you, cleric. Good luck on your quest. His words burn a hole in your heart? When exploring the city, you may move faster by running. To do so, either double click or hold shift or left click. Holding shift and it's not. Okay, what the fuck else is going on around here? Weps. Wait, is this my prayer book? Let's get it. Ruined prayer book. It's ruined. Okay, the book is ruined. Most of the pages, while dry now, have been completely drenched. Only a few pages of the soggy, bracken-ish papyrus pages are readable. They appear to contain some type of undecipherable symbols. Someone has attempted to dry this to the best of their ability. No, my earth! This is your prayer book. So many hours wasted. You would have to rebind the whole thing. It is ruined. It'll cost a fortune. A chant book is able to sustain humidity, not underwater excursions. You should have protected Earth's chants more carefully. What a disgrace. A tool of an arcane cleric of the state used to handle rogue spellcasters. The cover indicates it is a spellbook with hymns dedicated to the River Torna, Earth's passing, and the Reconquest. This one is yours. You've spent years perfecting it. Most pages are smudged. It feels terrible to even think about the knowledge loss you need to get it rebound. Dragon of Tolstead. Phoenix Folio. After your river adventure, your old spellbook is ruined. Find a service provider who can remand it for you. Fix your screw and spellbook. Damn it. Armed person. Okay, well, I should get that. The stone slabs are designed to slide along the iron beams. Interesting. A tray of old incense, some is still usable. No, too much reading. So many books, basic manuals, arcanist histories, novels. Some of them stand out to you as classics. It can be useful to refresh your mind. The books taught you bookishly. Read Autobiography Prax by Lord Phileas Prax. In these pages, I shall endeavor to recount the journey of a mind born to greatness, a will tempered by the crucible of ambition, and a spirit bound to the relentless pursuit of the arcane. My name is Phileas Prax. It goes on to make grandiose statements on his personal abilities and magic. As always, this man is contradictory. He both praises his own natural gifts and mental abilities while stating himself worthy only through his hard work and merit. It's ridiculous. Know this, I write not for the masses, but for the few who possess the clarity of vision to see beyond the veil of mediocrity. To them, I offer my life as a lesson and a legacy, that they might learn from my triumphs and avoid the pitfalls that lie in wait for the unwary. You remember the first chapters dealing with his youth, growing up in the ruthless court of a rival house, Agenshags. Oh, he struggles against relentless opposition and bullying, making himself out to be an underdog. Power is not born of blood, nor inherited by the fortune of birthright. It is cultivated in the crucible of the mind, refined by the fires of discipline, and sharpened by the relentless pursuit of knowledge. Let those who seek to rule first learn to kneel before the altar of wisdom, for it is there that truth's strength is forged. Yet he does not address his own privilege. If it is only merit, then he should not have needed any of those fancy private studies or lectures. Stop complaining, the story's just getting good. A glorious design, let those who learn lead, through merit of ability and nothing else. Flip through the pages. In the second half, Prax begins to talk about his early political career, the intricacies of magicratic bureaucracy, how he learned to play the game well enough for himself to reach a dictatorship as the youngest magicratic ruler ever. The rest is mostly a collection of meditations surrounding magic and power. Strong leader with clear intent. The esoteric, in its purest form, is neither good nor evil. It is a tool, a force to be wielded by those with the intellect to do so. Yet, let us not be so naive as to think that power alone grants one the right to rule. The Arcanist must also be a statesman, for the whims of unchecked magic can lead even the wisest astray. Govern with an iron hand, but let the hand be guided by the principles of reason and justice. Thus shall the state prosper, and thus shall the legacy of the magocracy endure. Ironic. In the halls of power, the arcane shall be our shield and our sword. Yet, remember this, the Arcanist's duty is not only to himself, but to the state and its people. For in the endless pursuit of knowledge, one must not forget the price of ignorance. A vigilant mind is the guardian of civilization, and a vigilant state the fortress of progress. Let no shadow fall upon our vigilance, for in the light of our knowledge lies the path to true dominion. The final parts of the biography focuses on an ever deeper and more rambling side of ruling, with hints of paranoia. This is way too much reading. Yes, that is true. It hurts to look at so many words at once. Shut it looking upon the tide. Read folktales by the Trill Sisters. You fucking drink some water. Jesus. My jaw is killing me. I haven't talked this long. Trying to like not screw up my creation of words. Jesus. Alright. Opening the Trill Sisters book shows you an index of several tales, many of which you have heard growing up. Stories for children are useless, do not waste time here. Out of the tales, you see the one you remember the most, the one about the gnome and the titan. This story always spoke to you mostly because of the unlikely friendship between the two. Read A Little and the Large. In the old days, when dragons ruled the skies and titans wandered the earth, there lived a gnome named Abacus, known far and wide as a half-wit. Whether by fate or folly, he often found himself in the oddest of places, and so it was that he stumbled into a deep valley of Asken. This valley was home to Ka-Imor, the Mist Titan, a colossal being with fur as thick as the ancient forests and limbs that clutched the very mountains. His upper body was hidden in, or perhaps made of, the swirling mists that filled the valley. But on this day, the valley was not the serene refuge it had once been. The air was thick with ash, the rivers ran black, and the trees stood as charred husks. Esuth, the ancient red dragon, had set the forests aflame, hoping to drive Ka-Imor from his domain and claim the fertile valley for himself. Ka-Imor was furious, his great form trembling with rage as he searched for the source of the destruction. His eyes fell upon Abacus, who was wandering aimlessly, his tiny mind more puzzled by the sudden darkness than anything else. I think that the coast was filled with these beasts of joy at one point. They reigned harshly and wildly, but it's not hard to see why some preferred their chaotic dominance to the tyranny of dragons. The verses: Thrick Lum Chum, who dare bring fire to where none should come? Ashes taint my sacred mist. Speak, small one, lest you be missed. Bars? Abacus looked up, squinting through the fog, and scratched his head. Fire? No, I've no fire to share, no flame do I bring, nor ash to bear. For in the dark I see clear as day, 'tis those who can't that need the flame, they say. Thricklam chum, what nonsense from your tongue does come? Who is it that needs this blaze, that blackens my misks and dims my days? Will question thee, who needs a flame, to light their path and stoke their claim. Perhaps it is Esuth, the king, whose fires to your valley bring. Thricklam chum, the dragon's days are surely done. Guide me, gnome, to where he lies. Together we shall dim his skies. A wonderful little tale about the little and large. The story goes on to wax about the friendship sparked between this eldritch titan and the silly little gnome as they sought out Esuth on his throne. The ancient red dragon then falls to the titan's might after Abacus accidentally guides him to the correct location. One of those classic stories every child in Asken is told growing up. Shut it, looking upon the town once more. Folk Tales. Read Collected Chants of Norvik by Patriarch Pilly. On the first page, a short message is hand-scribbled in the corner. My belief lay in the collected humanity of Norvik. May you remember that from this collection. With honor and grace, Pilly D. Is this a handwritten message from the second Patriarch himself? Protect this book with your life. This is a sacred artifact. read the foreword. A dream of unity under Earth. The book begins with a lengthy essay about the foundation of Norvikian cultural values. It's really like a guide, if anything, on what a Norvikian person is, how their values come from various tribes in the Old Country, and how together they have formed something greater under Earth. You've read this before, but you do get a better sense of what this all means now. It is, in some sense, a plea, a stern suggestion for every human in Norvik to lose any sense of former tribal identity, to embrace a new one, a Norvikian spirit, to give away the old and embrace the new. It is not a completely bad move. To unite a folk is to build commonality, to lower inequality. Although, of course, there were many direct ways the state at the time made sure that the old did not remain in the shadows, violence and oppression at times. The text directly explains how a new Norvikian culture will help the city grow and fight against the inequity and injustice through unity, mainly by being generous and not hoarding wealth, among other things. Then finally, it does touch upon the connection with dwarves as well, and how the Norvikian spirit is not contained within humans only. It is not just blood, it is sweat and tears as well. Those folk who unite with us will not be seen as an other. No, they too are Earth's folk. They too are Earth's guard. So long as forward. It's a lovely sentiment. Indeed, this is something to live up to. Read Torna's lament. I went with you to foreign shores, my lord, my guard. I pray you keep from harm the beasts, each shard, a proof of your devotion. Thus I give myself to your folk. I give my life for a home at the river, in that sliver of land. To vanquish the beasts who roam, the evil who lair, the fires that burn, to build a life along the river. Every shepherd knows the song. It bellows up the river. Earth lives in that sliver of land. It is your favorite. Notice the book. That was pretty cool. Read it looking upon the times. More collected chants of Norvik. Place the book back on the shelf. You do so, it fits nicely back into its slot. The book does not deserve your toxic presence. If you were stronger, more capable, then perhaps you could have carried that weight. What? You really want the book. One day it could be yours. This is very confusing. I'm just putting the book back. Let us forget this for now. Okay, that was cool. I liked that. In this chest. Long chest full of strange rocks. Shards of Jor. A bright rock, it fits your hand nicely. These can be found all over Norvik, and some speculate they are all shards of Jor's pillar. To untrained hands, they have no inherent value, but you might use these to alter fate itself. Spend in dialogues to unlock dice checks. Anything else? Oh. Let's talk. Oh, there's a book here. Hang on. An open manual for esoteric geometry. You know this already. Do I? Incense. Okay, I guess I do know this already. Ost, Chief of Security. Cool. Kobold level 9 rogue. This one is quite hostile. 300 feet. His expressionless eyes seem to keep watch at all times. He's obviously determining where to strike for you to die as quickly as possible. How humane. Whoa. As a pause menu, is it based on the 2 highest skills? Or is it your background, maybe? Let's engage with him. Oh, it's Chief of Security. Wiggling his little clawed feet, the kobold follows your every move with cold, unflinching yellow eyes. Even the small blade can fell a giant. Watch out for this one. Master say you behave. I have some questions for you. Short question, go. Who are you? I am Ost. I am security chief in Lich House. Kobold appears proud. There is no humility in its voice. A strong little one, nearly movable. You are a kobold. Not question next. Try to save the question. Damn, bro. You bite your tongue. Are you fucking kidding me? Taste of blood fills your mouth. The pain changes your brain chemistry for a moment, leaving your mind in shambles. Oh no, hurry, save the situation, say something, anything. I want to have fuck with you. Ouch. Kobold stares at you. Use this to your advantage. Intimidate him with your life's liquid. Try to I injured myself. As you open your mouth, a stream of fresh blood comes pouring down the bottom of your helmet. Cleric, what is... He is baffled. Your actions have truly made a mark upon his dark soul. You inexplicably Holy shit, I can't read. Your inexplicably perceivable bloody smile is sure to cause havoc. Kobold stares at you. You wipe the remaining blood off. There's more where that came from, to a certain degree. How'd you get this gig? Not gig. Not a gig? I am devoted servant for master. You're angering the kobold. Keep going. Got it. He gives you an expression that can be described as a frown. That is, if it looked in any way different from his regular stony expression. You wouldn't actually shoot me, would you? No promise. It's hard to take you seriously when you're so cute. That's what crossbow is for. I think he's threatening you, but it's hard to pick up over how adorable he is. Can I borrow your crossbow? Human is kidding? Not funny. You would make greater use of it than this puny creature, just take it. For whatever reason, he must have been ordered not to hurt you. Don't push it. Kobold snorts, go away. Don't let this slide, just take the crossbow. Don't take the crossbow. Can I borrow your crossbow? Shit, I'm a moron, bro. I actually have fucking 8 intelligence. Where were you when the tea shop incident occurred? Incident? The tea shop blow up? Boom. Big boom? Big boom. When it happened, I was on Water Lane on mission. A mission! Not mission, I meant to say errand. What were you doing on Water Lane? Milk? Doing milk? Delivery. You deliver milk? Yes, side hustle. Bro, the fucking gig economy exists in here too? That fucking sucks. Ask questions about the milk. Where does the milk come from? Cows? And where do you get the cow milk? Market? Who buys the milk? Humans? Waterlane humans? They pay many for fresh milk before dawn. It pays. Do kobolds produce milk? No. Do you like milk? No. Milk is a form of pure vitality, nature's most precious liquid. You've acclimatized your gut to the unnatural consumption of another species' milk, like an enormous babe clinging to its mother's teat. Yes! You smirk, a confident laugh escaping your lips. You then turn towards the ceiling, smiling. I also don't like milk. Comment has made a dent upon the world. What a stance. As a human, who could have ever thought such a thing about you? The kobold stares at you with awe in his yellow, expressionless eyes. Can I have some milk? No. Valiant effort. I don't have anything else to ask about milk. Okay. Milk curious. Thank you. Yes, thank you. This knowledge will be very useful. You probably shouldn't look too deeply into this. There's probably no money to be made into milk. But there's probably no money to be made in milk, right? Thank you for your time, kobold. I mean, I don't see another way down unless I'm a fucking idiot, so we're gonna go fight this Campbell. Punch him to death. I guess he's already dead, but he's more like halfway dead, so we'll punch him the other half. Rifle. Wisdom tooth? No, bro! Flying! Your fingers fumbling about in his mouth, your grip over the fancy magical tooth slips and he bites down. Ouch. You instinctively move your hand away, but he still gets a quick nibble in. You're in his mouth? God, you need to destroy this foul creature. Cease this rummaging through undead moss, please. This is highly invasive behavior. Try to behave. Crown collection, coin capture, cash kidnapping. There are many ways to describe it. Get rich or die trying. The only way to do it is obviously to get this milk delivery gig. Try checking around Water Lane in the morning. River take you. You were brought to the Lich House by some fishermen, but how did you survive your plunge into the river? Who knows? Okay, wait, let's... prepare some spells. Yes, deal with this foul creature. Encounters are turn-based conflicts where each participant takes turns in rolling dice and taking actions. During your turn, you're able to perform one dice action as well as cast one spell of your choosing. The order is determined by an initiative roll. Don't let this shambler get the jump on you now. Oh, it's that fucking easy, bro. It's that fucking easy. It doesn't matter. There's only 2 of us. Here, look at this. Try and then quickly try to trip him. Are you fucking kidding me? Your body's not listening to command. It shakes, moving back and forth, side to side, fight or flight. Fight? When your weight on it, you push the zombie backwards. He attempts to stay while stumbling around. The slow zombie just stands there. No, he's reacting. It just takes some time. The zombie is hostile. This undead abomination must be apprehended before he causes damage to innocents. Does that include you? Yes. You should probably try to de-escalate, just a tip. Oh my god. Okay. You successfully grab his arm. Your thick gloved hands wrap around his frail wrists and keep them stable. He's not getting away now. His neck snaps around, the withered face now facing yours. Yeah, you've really pissed him off. You can tell since you're such a people's person. Oh fuck, I'm gonna die, bro. This ends now. Your final chance to not falter. Finish this with a sucker punch. Ooh! Duffed him. Catching your breath, you stare at the now unmoving creature. Justice dispense. Now go loot him. Get that fancy tooth. Hell yeah. Build a filed tooth in decent condition. You feel it tingle in your palm when you hold it. Yay. A guy. He's not moving. Basket of apples. Some look okayish. Oh yeah. Good game design. Imported goods. The receiver is marked as the halfways or whatever the hell. Almost empty box except for a small treat and a stale treat and a pound. Cardamom treat. Rounds. Traditional Norwegian baked bread. It is famous around the coast, or if it's not, it should be. Crate filled with sand. Inspect the crate. You notice a little marking on the back with the letters HBWT. Lid has been tossed behind. Crate is filled to the brim. It's just sand. Hunger. Your gloved hand trails across the surface. Sand shifts slightly at your touch. What? Is it growing? You dive with your whole hand, fingers first. This one does not. Then you feel a tug, a grip, and finally a pull. Wait, your shoulder's almost pulled out of its socket. What the fuck is going on? You managed to keep it from engulfing most of your arm, but in the process, the sand grabs onto the front of your helmet. Your face is now sinking. A sizzling grunt fills your ear. Fight it. You grab the rim of the crate with both hands. What is this music, bro? But as you put your entire adrenaline-filled arms to work, you feel energy being sucked from your veins. Oh my god. You were being sucked out of your skin. As you keep pushing, you realize you could get out at this point. However, then you would have to leave the helm behind. Do I really need to keep the helmet on? Yes, you do. Damn it. Your muscles turn to mush as you stop your struggle. Am I just gonna die here? You grab the rim of the crate with both hands, but as you put your entire... Okay. I'm dead. Okay. Oh my god, my exhaustion goes up every time I fucking die. Bro. Oh my god. You grab the rim of the crate with both hands. The hazy noise of a head no longer filled with so much blood screaming in your ears. I will not die in this crate. Filled with pure fires of adrenaline, your muscles creak and your bones crack. And it pays off. Within seconds, the rock-hard grip of the sand loosens. Gigantic bird, a beast born through history. It means there are a handful of them found throughout the skies of Ascani. Has nothing to do with rocks. It drops entirely. You swing your head back, filling your lungs with air as a trail of sand follows you. Guh. Within an instant, the sand snaps back into the crate, not a single grain dropping on the floor. You stumble back. Glancing over to the crate, you see its content now lies still, like nothing happened. You put on the lid to make sure this does not happen anymore. Am I alive? Yes. Oh, let's get it. I'm still fucking exhausted, though. Okay, so that was a net negative. Slightly broken standard issue Earthguard blade. Slightly broken, huh? Standard issue Earthguard blade, one-handed usage, lightweight, crap quality, makes you feel like a big man, an agent of the state. It's also broken in half, but if you lean tactically, you might be able to hide that fact from your enemies. Sure. A glow glass, very common magic item. There's a door inside this tunnel. There's leaning down into the far city below. Oh. Sure. Damn, I can't get through here. This seems like a good idea. Holy mushrooms must be tasty. Is this gonna be like Dark Souls 1, where if you go to the catacombs because they're right next to fucking Firelink, you just go there and then you die because it's actually really hard? Step 4, you touch a thin cord. Oh boy. Something soft latches itself around your ankle. A contraption is now in motion. What is that, a snake or something? Huh? You're a bad fucking dude. Hands around your boot. With a violent tug, you're forced around, hitting the back of your head on the step. Before you can even react, your entire body has been dragged over the edge. Flail and scream. Falling, but not far. With a painful snap, your descent is stopped, and now you're simply left hanging. Okay, let's think about this. Seems like I'm in a bit of a pickle. Don't say. How long can I hang like this? Not long. Your skull is pulling. Within minutes, you will lose control of your mind. You see how it's connected to a series of pythons wedged below and in the side of the stone walkway. Next, you use a hanging rock and acts as a counterweight. So what's the plan here? You're going for a somebody help or just a guttural fear-induced howl? Somebody help. Your voice echoes up and down the stone spiral. After a few seconds, it fades. No one will hear you, sorry to say. The city below you'll track worse ends in a dark abyss if you keep screaming like that. Okay, well, let's just try to get out. Unfortunately, not doing it. I think this might be it. Hey! You feel the numbness spread as you heave upwards, one gloved hand grabbing the rope, then another. Through sheer power, you pull your entire body weight upwards, climbing higher and higher until you roll over the edge. Get the rope off. Fingers dart around your ankle, desperate to remove the latched rope. You rip it off and toss it to the side, free. What kind of evil piece of shit makes a trap like this? Someone who wants you dead. A hunter, maybe? You realize you've been holding your breath. Your lips are probably turning blue. Breathe. I need to breathe, damn it. Air fills your lung. Check out the rope. A sturdy rope, thick, soft to the touch. Do not know the name of this material. Must be exotic. Knots you see... At the knots, you see a series of burned-in letters. Someone's left a message on the ends of the rope itself. Behold, Bulba Slop. It's fucking Bulba Slop, bro. Bulba Slop. Kraid. Bang the predator, creeping in the waters below. The rage watches you. Creepy. Just keep going. What am I gonna do? Die? Like... How do I die when I have this? A long way. There wasn't even anything down here. Oh. It's just stupid. Pillar of Jor. You look up at the pillar. Esoteric Ebb at it. The relic rises upwards. It's the upwards. Right. Think such an esoteric object would just sit here at the center of the city. How much else they can do with it? It's just a highly magical rock left over from a time before time. It was here before Earth, and it will be here after you, remaining until the end. Gate to another time. Looks a bit broken, cracked. Yes. Curtain is indestructible, but clearly it once was not. Or clearly it was once not. Several pieces of the pillar float around in the air, especially as it reaches upwards into the clouds above the city. What kind of power would be capable of damaging them? Gods. The fundamental forces of reality. How many of these pillars exist? 8? Something like that. One for each band. But ours is the best one, right? They're all equally useless. It's a sign of Earth's power, so yes, this is the best one. They are seen as a status symbol by many, like a legitimization thing. The fact is, no one has managed to make use of them in any way, despite their esoteric nature. So the pillars of Jor are relegated to being visual landmarks seen from across the coast through clouds and mist for miles. So what do I do with it? Always attempt to focus on it. Learn from this ancient relic. Since you're the master of all esoteric things, you could probably crack the secret of the pillar. Learn how it works and master it and gain ultimate power and so on. As you do, you feel the earth tingle. Power. He's speaking to you. Touch the pillar. Touch the cold pillar. You place your hand upon the cold surface. Your body quakes, standing in awe of this ancient object. How many battles do you think it has seen? How many deaths? How many noble sacrifices given to one's god or king or people? The thoughts stir in you a deep sense of longing. Perhaps one day you will join in that sacred sensation. Perhaps right now. Sure, let's try feeling it. Ooh, we're feeling it. We're fucking feeling it. Your gloved hand presses against the surface. Find the will to listen, to bear the burden of that solemn voice. Close your eyes and pray. Silently mumbling the same words as always to your God, to your great sin. It fades, the voices grow, not in size, but in number. Some of them join in your prayer. Some dismiss it. Some hate it. Before you, a dark landscape stretches, covered in the bodies of the damned and the waiting, their souls on display for judgment and callous sorting. Among them, you see one face turn to look at you. At first, you believe it to be him. Then you understand, as the man, who appears to be both younger and older, gives you the kind of look of regret a father would have on seeing the return of a lost child. He turns to face the stairs. Watch him go. Again, again, again. Your heart is racing, blood pumping. Get a grip, the vision is faded. Whatever you saw, it quickly disappears deep into your skull. Pillar does not whisper here, it screams. Go down, further down. You understand plainly there is more to this pillar you need to invest in time and further below. Ooh. Okay. What else we got? Shard. Door. A door. How interesting. Not be open. The legendary horrifying OWD. They're all over any proper dungeon. As it should be. Dungeon? Have you looked around? Legendary? Or horrifying? Yeah. Legendary? The figurative, logistically maybe. Truly. Should be? Should be. OWD. The one and only one-way door. They keep popping up all over the place underneath Norvik. Sometimes upstairs too, but that's rare. We'll need to find the other side in order to open it. That's the logic here, yes. Right, well, I'll have to keep an eye out. It's a rat. A rat! It's not really running from you. You can just pick up the fucking rat. A white rat. It acts shyly, but approaches you nonetheless. It looks like it doesn't really want to get grabbed by you, but it also doesn't fight it. Instead, it just follows along, sort of not very happy with the situation, but what can you do? Dude, I love this rat. This rat is fucking amazing. Holy shit, this is my guy. I'll call him fucking Jimmy or something. Wait, anything else around here? I don't know what I'm doing, by the way. I'm just kind of going. The wall here, it is a door. Oh? Cryptid door. You detect something unusual with this section of the wall. Specifically the ornate skull. This is a doorway. Your gloved fingers trace the stone, smooth, cold, ordinary. But wait. One section feels different. Tile, distinct from the others. Push. A soft click. The wall shudders. The sides open. Hell yeah. Feeling a dark passage beyond. Cold air rushes out. The smell of old stone and dust. Gulp. Earth's first crypt, the city below. Okay, this is a horrible idea. People down here. The roots, city below. Oh, this is where I need to go. Hang on, what's up here? I'm gonna get lost. Okay, fuck it. Let's just go back to the roots. Moongore HWBT Guardian. Jesus fucking Christ. Halt, human. A hairy beast towering over you, its face contorted into a stern and probably permanent frown. Do not pass further. Woman does not hold power over you. Do not let her stand in your way. Woman? Oh boy. Yes, this is clearly a female, a real one, capable of terror beyond your beyond your sight and soul. Hello, woman. How do you do? Gives you a perplexed look and gestures in several directions. I'm working. Go away. I, Moongore of the Rigid, and the HWT demands it. The bugbear places a hand on its weapon. A morning star. Beware. Wait, which one has the ball on a chain, and which one has the ball on a stick? Club. Keep it simple. We will not use it. No need for that, since I have no need to pass. Good. Are you sure you can't let me pass? Yes. Can I go in the other direction? I do not recommend it. There are devilish traps set up along these halls. And do not enter the crypts. There is an undead guardian. An undead? But that's the kind of stuff I take care of. You? No, I do not believe you can take on an undead warrior by yourself. Whom do you serve? She snorts. I work for the Halfways. I serve Lady Sageleaf. Do I need to ask her for permission if I want to pass? She squints and thinks for a few seconds. Yes, if she gives you permission, I will let you pass, but I do not think she stops missing. Are you a cleric? I am the cleric, yes. I heard a cleric was sent because of the explosion. Why are you down here? The dragon is waiting. I'm not sure where to go. I'm quite lost. She shakes her head and sighs. Head up the stairs. The apple tunnel is usually locked, so you will have to leave the lich house by going all the way up. Apple tunnel? Silence! You head up the stairs, okay? After that, you head south, go across the grass. There should be a goblin standing guard. Listen to her. Right at the garden entrance, talk to him. Are you able to follow these instructions? Treat her with respect. She's clearly a powerful woman. Yes, ma'am. Then go. Her roar causes you to stir. Can I ask some quick questions? Oh. Personal questions. Attempt to flirt. No, I didn't want to fucking do this. I will not entertain you with an answer. Now leave. Can I ask you some quick questions? No. Okay, bye. Like, does this count as me fumbling the baddies? Get up these stairs. Yay. What was with the fucking fucked up sandbox, man? Why is that even a thing? Hey. You know about the shit down there? more to say? Let's get the hell out of here. Smell of salt. Voices upstairs and the smell of salt. Tolstad, Central Norvik. Okay. Things inside this old vase. Incense. Orc observes you with great interest. Okay. Alphaz B. I'm beholding. Dwarf exile level 3 foreman. Awful neutral. He stands by his ideals with gut and little else. A push will earn his respect. That is his way. Alphaz knows he is privileged. He hates it. His ideal clashes with his blood. At his core, he fights for glory. Empathy does not spark his heart. He wants to be earn admiration and legend. I'm not beholding. Former ale barrel. Well, let's talk to this guy first. Wisdom. Around the amphitheater scene, you see a number of dwarves hard at work. They're constructing a banner of some kind, carrying a bright green flag. One of the dwarves stands to face you with a furrowed brow. He appears to be in a staring contest with the orc on the other side of the theater. Oi, Mr. Cityman, he calls out as you approach. We made it clear already we're not moving, not one bit. He should do a shit-eating grin. This dwarf gets extreme pleasure from telling you to fuck off like this. Dwarf, stout, short, hairy, loves to dig and build. You know the drill. Heh, drill. They built most of Norvik and have a long history with the Earth folk. Earth folk, people of Earth, the ancestors of those who reconquered the Eskani coast. True mythological heroes. Just passing through, dwarf. Thought so, you best be on your way. You hear the other dwarves laughing behind him. Nothing illegal going on here, nothing at all. Perfect, then you don't have to deal with it. He's only saying that because he's had to defend himself quite a lot lately. Wait, that must mean he's doing something highly illegal. Stop him. Great, I was worried there for a second. Yeah, okay, great. Yeah, very great. Now who are you? Name's Alphaz of Bon Emvers, foreman in the Asgalis movement of Norvik. Foreman, one of the leading members of the Norvik Asgal Council. Norvik Asgal Council, sometimes called the NAC. This is the group of foremen or four folk guiding the Asgal movement in Norvik. They lead workers union movements, Asgal rallies, and the entire Asgalis Workers Party. He's done more good than all of you Earthguard combined. True speaker for Asgal, Simi and the boys. Damn, that's a lot of good. Simi exaggerates. He gives the older dwarf the stink eye. I'm also not in any way proud of my heritage. Nobility is just a poisonous hierarchy. Just wanted to make that clear. Don't mention the whole noble thing. It'll just piss him off unless you want that. You boys setting up a play or something? A play? He spits on the ground. We're holding a rally for the cause. This evening, workers across Tolstad will gather to hear the word of Asgal. He turns towards the orc. And no one's going to stop it. Agent Vera. You hear laughing coming from across the theater. Papers, Alphaz. He grumbles and turns back to you. So, what you want? Seem a bit stressed. No, you don't say? So, it is forenoon. I get the lads together, and when we arrive, that accursed woman is standing here. The dwarf shudders. He starts complaining. He reaches for something in his pocket and takes out some documents. We show her the papers. And the papers are no good, she says. Bah. Circle square conflict added. Real convenient, I say. No, there is nothing wrong with these papers. We are in our rights to speak out against tyrants and burghers. They are. Bureaucracy. So she's wrong about the documents? Of course she is. She's a liar. That one a filthy liar. Alphaz nods and grunts. Terrible liar. Can't even get the words out. He knows she's right about the documents, but doesn't want to admit it. A bit macabre to hold a rally on top of a morgue. Morgue? The dwarf grumbles to himself and glances over to the Lich House stairs. I thought it was a dentist. Fair assessment. No matter. The Asgal movement is not afraid of death. You hear laughter from the orc behind you. Big words, Alphaz. The dwarf grits his teeth. Damn orc. What's this rally about exactly? He grunts. Guilds. For decades, there's been collective bargaining between Norvikian workers and the city guilds. Say what you want about Earth, but he kept a tight leash on the upper class of the city. Damn right he did. Yeah. But look, it ain't the same since his death. The Free Striders have burrowed into every darn power structure, from paper boys to bookbinders. In less than a dozen years, salaries have stagnated and prices have gone up. They say Free Striderism would make the city rich. I say it makes the people poor. We need change. So you're here to convince a bunch of Tolstad workers to vote for the Asgulus party? More or less, yeah. But also it's about the spirit of community. Together we can fight against the purchasers of our labor. Alone we are as brittle as a twig. In the older dwarf pipes up. A twig in the wind? No, that's not good enough. Like a twig in a fireplace. He points at you. That's good. I like that. Anyway, the rally will be a success. We just need to get rid of that orc. We can call out to all workers of this magnificent city, he exclaims, as if there was a crowd around him. Vote! Vote with your guts, with your manhood at stake. You too, Mr. Cityman. Can I see the papers? He gives his companions and goes, why? Construct an argument as to why you should get the papers. Sometimes you just roll good. Sometimes you just roll good. Just tell them you're an expert and that you're on their side. I'm an expert. Are you now? Yes, also I'm on your side. Are you now? Now hit him with, I'm your best shot at getting out of this. The dwarf grumbles. His eyes go from you to the orc behind you. Fine. The dwarf sighs and grabs something in his pocket. EPG documents. He hands him a scroll. I trust you with these documents, city man. Tell us we're in the wrong, I dare you. Because we're not. The older dwarf joins in. Step back and check it out. Let's see what's actually going on here. Sure. Oh, hang on. What the fuck going on here? Orc and a bunch of dwarves are in a deadlock. Deadlock. The dwarves want to hold a rally, and the orc is sent to stop them. Alpha says they have legal right to hold a rally. Jimmy. PG. A formal permission of public gathering. It contains a lot of legal nonsense and making it difficult to parse. It's quite light, some kind of new magazine paper. Unrolling it reveals a short statement about a political rally at the Circle Square. Permission of public gathering accepted, it says in big letters at the bottom, followed by a signature, Tolstad Magistrate Nicholas Darrow. Darrow, one of the original Earthfolk houses to found Norvik and with Earth, where bloodline can still be found in high positions all around the city. The actual text uses an archaic and typically bureaucratic writing style. Have I seen this kind of document before? Never. They must be rare. Full document. It is not. I don't like it. Oh, how come? Because it's a legal document, duh. Bad vibes. Fascinating. Oh, no. You scan the text again, checking for spelling, phrasing, and terminology. It is perfect, not a single error. Or, something's missing here. Something's missing here. Yes, you are correct. You should check it out again later. Let's try it. Surely it can't roll worse than a 7, right? Oh my god! You're right! It's true! I can't roll worse than a 7! I just roll exactly a 7 again! Oh my god. Something's missing here, fuck it. Oh, what's going on with this guy? The older dwarf puffs out his chest as you approach. Fancy helmet, city man. He speaks in a short and quiet manner as if he's scared of his words actually being heard. The dwarf behind him laughs. Stand up for yourself. Thanks, my mom got it for me. Oh. It is the truth. It's a lovely helm. She has good taste. Made him feel bad for making fun of it. This is not an evil person. Stare at the dwarf. Stare at the dwarf harder. You here for talking, then? Stare at him while slowly leaning your head to the side. You should, talk to him. Okay, dwarf. Agent Vera. Orc Fellfolk, level 4 fighter. Traveler, she is not settled here. Her belief is weak, she does not use it. Her religion is power. Is she evil? No. Perhaps an arbitrary arm of an institution, but no mere puppet. On the edge of the ruinous amphitheater, you see an orc sitting on one of the many loosened stone blocks. It looks like she's waiting for something or someone. Exuding an air of authority around her, the large woman gives you a wry smile. Her tusks are gleaming. Not just physically imposing, this orc knows how to exert power in other ways as well. You spot the merchant's mark on her jacket sleeve, a heart with the initials of the Norvikian Freestrider Regiment. What's this? Not often we get Earthguard around here. She presents her palm to you. Vera is my name. I am second in command, guild agent of Tolstad. Nice to meet you. Yes, the handsome orc lady wants you to say a name. Make sure she knows you are a cleric. Do not grab her hand. That's not what this is. I'm Helm. I'm the cleric, actually. Apologies, not Earthguard. Cleric. I assumed the term was interchangeable. There's no denying it now. You are a cleric. But I suppose you're not all, she says, waving towards your outfit, esoterically attuned. She accepts your annoying correction with a smile. Probably means she sees you as no threat at all, a mere puppy. She suits you another smile, waiting patiently for you to say anything. I'm here on important business. Business, you say? She leans in and squints at you. Fascinating. Perhaps I can be of service, cleric. For your business? Where's the goblin chieftain? Lady Sageleaf, just head down these stairs. Good luck getting an audience, though. By moving your head to the side and using your eyes to look south, you see a garden of some sort. You can see a goblin or two on the ramparts. Is she busy? Sure hope so. Took us months to get in a room with her to discuss some renovations in the Holes. The Holes, a common thing for the central spire of apartments in Tolstad. The lower ones are less fancy. She's not busy, she's a bitch. Dragon of Tolstad, my ass. She catches herself from releasing any more profane comments. Anything else? She's annoyed. She looks annoyed now. Tell me what you know about the tea shop. Tea shop that blew up, she says dramatically. Sounds like a magazine tale. I heard it was an accident. The Post mentioned it in passing. Minor mishap, I believe, was the official quote. Although from what people tell me, it was quite the explosion. Quite. So you weren't in the area? No, I was on the North Wall, company business. North Wall, one of 5 districts in Norvik, known as the industrial district for its many factories built along the river. This is where you live. A sign of an outsider. She calls it the North Wall instead of just North Wall. She looks inland. I did see the smoke. It was a clear day. What do you think was the cause, cleric? If the city says it was an incident, then it is. No comment. She raises an eyebrow. Hold on, are you here to investigate the tea shop? She's a free strider, so why run? Stand against her, she has no right. Yes? Really now? No, say no. Maybe. Is that a maybe yes? Nice weather we're having? Are you here for the tea shop? You look lovely today. Thanks. Are you here to investigate the tea shop? I am here to do business with the tea shop, the one that blew up. A matter of speechcraft. You can do nothing. I am... Ooh. No. But actually, she says, holding out her hands. No, fuck. Quick, sneak away before she can do anything about it. You glance to your back, carefully preparing to take the first step away from the conversation. No, don't stop. Come back. Please answer my question before you leave. Oh. The orc gives you the kind of look you would give a child after they started eating gravel. Let me ask again, she says, her tone now slightly more tense. Are you investigating the tea shop? Yes, damn it. Interesting. I'll be honest, I assumed the city would just ignore it, but they sent you. Perhaps it was a secret? Should we have stoically avoided the question better? It's sort of a giveaway. Clearly someone thinks this is an esoteric mess if they send a cleric to look into it. Why would the city avoid sending a representative? Duh, because of the election, of course. Look, Tolstad is a highly volatile district with lots of extremist ties. I believe this tea shop acted as a sort of lightning rod. So when a place like that blows up, why would any faction spend resources investigating it? Might even seem like a blessing to some to cleanse the city of its filthy holes. Especially when those resources could be spent on trying to win the terribly important election. While some might see it as corruption, I'd classify it more as simple, boring, but ultimately harmless bureaucracy. What exactly have you heard? It blew up. Fireplace incident. Bullshit, of course. Most likely a rogue spellcaster. Esoteric. I keep hearing that word. What does it mean exactly? It means her eyes wander for a while. Her brow furrow. It's a term to describe whenever anything queer happens, whether the cause would be regular spellcasting or something more esoteric. I'm sure you've noticed something you couldn't explain rationally. That would be esoteric. I assumed you of all people would know what it is, considering she mimics casting a spell with her hands, then points to you. Well, I'm here now. You sure are, and good luck, cleric. If there's anything the Ascani Reeds Trading Company can do to help you out, let me know. You can usually find me down at our HQ on Waterlane. She smiles in a way that completely breaks down your defenses. Looking forward to seeing you there. A kind gesture with ill intent. No discussing this. You want to move on to more casual topics then? Politics, perhaps? Deal with the dwarves. Oh, them? Complicated as anything. I wouldn't be sitting here wasting my precious day if it wasn't for them. But in short, they're holding an unlawful assembly. And they won't let me take a look at the document proving it. Not frustrating at all, she says, and winks at you. She telegraphs her sarcasm heavily. This is useful when communicating with slower individuals. So, should I just hand her the PPG thing I got? She could probably do something with it. The dwarves will be furious. No, there must be another way to get rid of the dwarves. No, let's not make more enemies. Yes, everyone should be friends. Explain it to me in detail from the top. The words leave your lips as if you've spoken them 100,000 times. It's all just an inconvenience. Her eyes say, a pain in the ass. These lovely Asgalists have decided, by themselves, to hold a rally here on this lovely little circle square. Unfortunately, they need a permission, a public gathering, or a PPG. They do not have a proper PPG. And you're just sitting here because... Simple, really. These dwarves are ignoring my call to disperse, so I am here as a witness. If they do not leave by sundown, they will be fined or arrested. Why don't you just come back at sundown? I would if it wasn't for the fact that I need to witness the entirety of the trespassing. Since they were served during the morning, if they do not disperse by sundown, they will be inflicted with an entire day's worth of fines. I'd have an assistant do it, or a secretary, but we're stretched thin as it is with the election coming up. No, I'll just sit here and smile politely. Arrested by whom? Oh, fuck, I leveled up. She gives you a smug grin. You, perhaps? The monopoly on violence here on Tolstad is more of an oligopoly. It'll be a roll of the dice to see who gets employed to handle these rude dwarves. Maybe some goblins? The city of Norvik also allows us to employ mercenaries for ab extra legal enforcement, but the company likes to avoid that in most cases. As you can imagine, mercs tend to lack that finer touch. This woman loves to talk. There is something shady about this. Nod and look away. Now you're acting like a true city official. She's mocking the great city of Norvik and its clerks. Dishonorable. Sounds like trouble. Ah, trouble would at least be exciting. This is just dull. If only I could get my hands on those PPG documents. Then I could simply hand them over to the city and go home early, or rather head back to the office and complete the draft for the marketing meetup. Sorry, I've got a lot on my plate. You're being manipulated. Be careful. Good luck. Yeah, thanks. Dwarves. Okay, good luck. I'd like to know more about you. Little old me, I'm an open book. Oh my god, what's it like being an orc in Norvik? My kind is quite rare, so... She mumbles, her gaze trailing off towards the horizon. Some sadness, loneliness, you feel terrible for her. The occasional comment does sting a bit. I've gotten used to it. How nice of you to ask. I know what it's like to be discriminated against. You do? I'll be damned if you don't mind me asking how exactly. Oh god, humans. I do mind, it's a secret. My, how mysterious. She is thoroughly entertained by you. Keep it up. Women love funny little men. Where are you from? Doesn't answer you first, and then she looks away for a moment and smirks. She's thinking of messing with you. You mean because I am an orc, I can't be Norvikian? She says, looking at you with a stern expression. I'm sorry. Oh, don't be. I'm only messing with you. No, really, I'm sorry. So you're from Norvik. I am actually not. I'm from Blood City Bay. I ran with the warbands when I was a girl. Powerful warrior here. Took me all around the coast, she explains, far from the cursed plains of Feltyre. Feltyre, a land of elven ruins with magically fertile lands in between. In its center sits Blood City Bay, the largest city on the coast, built out of the corpse, or rather just the head, of Gorgorian. We were hired during the Third Revolutionary War in Reeds. When it was over, I stayed behind. As she speaks, you see her eyes glimmer. All those memories coming back to her. She's seen a lot. Those were the days. So you're working for the Free Striders. I don't work for the Revolution, it's just a revolution. I work for the Ascani Reeds Trading Company. We promote the Free Strider ideals in Ascan. Currently, we focus on making sure this election process goes smoothly, along with other economic concerns. I enjoy working for them very much, perhaps not so much on slow days like this, but alas. I like the election, but you're gonna lose. And any decent Free Strider would be happy with that outcome. It's about the process, not the outcome. Not to pry, but if not Free Strider, what are you voting in the election? It's only a few days away. Asgalism shall sweep the coast. Earthguard and Asgalist, what a combination. I'll be honest, this is one of the reasons I took this job. Speaking with individuals such as yourself, hearing what they have to say. So thank you for that. He is being genuine. Let's not flirt with her. Actually, it's gonna be funny, so let's do that, actually. You are a strong and physically imposing woman. She covers her mouth and tusks with a hand. Religionistic agenda. Just try not to laugh. You got one shot. She's bedazzled by her confidence. Don't fuck this up. Do it. Climb that mountain. This is bad. Tell her she has nice tusks. You got real nice tusks. Bet you can carry me around like a straw doll. I am not attempting to flirt with you. Fuck it, bro. You bet your sweet ass. Few men get that privilege. He's desperately trying not to laugh. Heart racing but leg standing. You get another shot. Warning, this could end badly. Try to save it. Oh, just thoroughly entertained by your antics. Oh my god. It's another I want to have fuck with you situation. Your mind is blank. Literally, there's nothing that comes to mind apart from the base desires of that aspect of your psyche we don't talk about. I suppose it's time to let it rip. Just go wild. I don't care. There's nothing that can be done anyway. Lost cause. Bottoms up. Orc women are better than human women. Do you want to wrestle with me, a member of the Holy Order of the River of Norvik? Go down on your knees, please, or just cry. These are all pretty funny. I think the wrestle one's pretty good. She stares at you, mouth agape. Finally, the orc composes and says, "You know, I'd love to, but I'm kind of busy. Later, then? I'll think about it." That doesn't feel good. Am I gonna die? I haven't failed this saving throw yet. Let's go. Vera looks at you with mouth agape, clearly unsure how to handle it. You've left me speeches. She claps her hands together. Well done. Not often that happens. Now that we're done with that, do you have anything else to ask at all? Yeah. Okay, go ahead. No, I'm done asking questions about you. Oh, silly me, talking about myself all the time. What about you? I am a literal walking corpse. Necromancy is unheard of, but who am I to judge? Be undead if you want to. Okay. Well, let's level up. So, this is going for, like, levels or something? Cool. I don't even know what the rest of these are, man. I have 3 exhaustion. Bro, how do I long rest? Short rest. Sure. This exhaustion shit is fucking me up. 4. Nice. Hell yeah. Yeah, that's enough rest. I could try taking a look at the document. Okay. Scan the text again, checking for spelling, phrasing, and terminology. It is perfect, not a single error, except the date. It says the rally is supposed to be held on the 16th. This document is perfectly legal, but it's expired. Dates, yeah, it's expired. Let's go talk to him. About the rally. I checked out the papers. Okay, what did you find out, City Man? The papers are fine. You guys are, Yeah, these papers expired like last week. He takes the papers and shakes his head. The great... I know, but the day is just a mistake, you see. I personally had this signed by the magistrate 2 days ago, after this supposed expiry date. They must have done it on purpose. Exactly, that's what I've been saying, Alphas. I hate the government so much. Yeah, fuck those burger fuckers. Those burger fucks. Bah, the dwarf shouts onto the amphitheater. It doesn't matter. Whether Darrow fucked us or not, we're here and they can't make us leave. He gives you a menacing glance, and I hope for your sake you're not the sorry lad she's hired to do the deed. I'm just here to observe. Bon's cop. A dwarven word meaning something along the lines of devilry. Common curse word. That was a swear word. You could tell because of the way he said it. About the rally. He spoke with Agent Vera. Really now, what did the brute say? The dwarf is pulsating with a surge of masculinity. This might be the start of a fight if you're lucky. The dwarf respects force. Stand up to him. If you don't leave for sundown, you'll be fined and arrested. Oh yeah? Will you do the honors then, Mr. Cleric City Man? You hear chuckles among the dwarves. No, but she'll get someone to do the job. Someone, huh? Some grunt with a paycheck, I bet. Bah. You'll probably get a massive fine or jail. You know, the other dwarves start grumbling among themselves. Hey, he says, what do you expect me to do, huh? These boys are counting on me. He's standing here for pride and nothing more. It is only good for the cause and for his men if they leave at this point. You must show him the truth. As terrible as it is, leaving is the best option for these poor activists. Show him why it's in his best interest to leave. Bro, are you fucking kidding me? You search down the possible things you could say to narrow it down. Frown menacingly. Were you saying something, Cleric? He can't see your face, but you're wearing a damn bucket on your head, idiot. I've said it once, I'll say it again, we're not leaving. No, bro, I have a fucking +4 on this. Fuck off. Thank you. Jesus. Here's the possible things you can say to narrow it down. The dwarf is clearly in a sensitive situation. He needs to appear a strong leader, one standing up against tyranny. You might show that you were on his side in this battle against oppression. The cause will be better off with you, a free man. You see thoughts starting to swirl behind the dwarf's dark eyes. He turns to his companions and raises his hand. Boys, we're leaving. Disgruntled as they are, none of them complain too much as they pack up their tools and grab their green banner. Before setting off, Alphaz gives you a stern look. You're a strange lad, but I see you're nothing like her. If you want to do some real good on Tolstad, then join us. Find us down on the crossing. He nods and walks away with his band of unhappy dwarves. This dwarf is an extraordinary man, albeit prideful in his ways. Finally got rid of him. Phew, let's go talk with the orc again. Oh, wait. The hammer. Nails beware. Simple hammer. +1 constitution. Advantage in situations where you might need a hammer. Weapon won't go there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hello. I have to say, with all due respect, well done. Right, the dwarves. Oh yes, I saw the whole thing. The whole thing? So that's how you handle them, by resolving it with a few kind words. Won't say that's not oppressive on its own, human. They're actually quite annoyed that you didn't solve it with more force. Alphaz was in his right to be here. I've yet to be convinced. You are an evil bitch. I'm not saying that. One day you will understand. Her smile fades. We will see about that. Good day, Claire. You did the right thing. Confrontation feels bad. Now it's just you alone in the circle square. Yay! Yay! When do I get a feat? Level 3? Okay. Take root. Oh, doing quests and solving things is the thought cabinet. That's pretty cool. A dozen dwarves and an orc walk into a tavern. The orc turns to the tavern keep and says, "Hey, give me a large one." The tavern keep says, "Please don't turn this into a joke. These are real people you're talking about. What's going on here?" Let me continue. So the dwarves go, "The dwarves have struggled as a minority for decades. They deserve respect, nothing less." The political struggle is never a joke. A true statement. To lighten the mood is to ignore the very real pain in our realm. Whatever. Look, the gist of the story is the orc is hard at work improving this shitty little city. The dwarves are annoying and stupid. Got it? You believe for a second the orc wants the city to improve? No, you've seen too much to ever believe such a lie. This is some kind of debate, eh? Kind way to put it. The revolutionary free strider will bring freedom, democracy, and riches to Norvik. Last part being the most poignant. Let us focus on each of those points one at a time. Oh, come on. Freedom. Free Strider rule would entail joining the Free City Alliance. Local politics will be focused entirely upon serving the core cities and reeds and the interest of the trade company. Democracy. While it is truly that they initiated the move towards universal suffrage, the Free Striders are known for both ruthlessly pushing propaganda to vulnerable folk as well as just simply buying votes. This is fact. Ridiculous. Riches. The claim that free striderism would somehow enrich the folk of Norvik is actually ridiculous. What kind of riches are being distributed to the lower class of the city with the already free strider owned factories? This is silly. Without free striders, you'd probably be a farmer. Who the fuck wants to be a farmer? Farming is good, healthy work. Healthy. Don't change the subject. Do you two never shut up? Not really. I feel like I should make a decision here. Yes, you must retain the spirit of the Asgalian Revolution. After completing a quest branch, you can allow it to take root in your mind. When doing this, you must make a choice between available feats. Take a deep breath and stand up against the ever-growing wave of capitalism. You should choose Asgalian spirit and speech. This feat, you restore 1 hit for every hour that passes. Greed ain't so bad. To be able to unlock a better life for yourself, who wouldn't want that? You should choose money talks. This feat, you gain 50% more crowns on pickup. We're going with this one. Easy. You've chosen well. True harmony comes from being in tune with your fellow folk. The Dwarven way is the good way, the egalitarian way. I feel like you've resolved some conflict in the world. Hell yeah. Not foregoing. Nice. We heal by passing time. Okay. Tucked away bird's nest, Ascani goals perhaps? You see a bird's nest nestled on the edge of a protruding stone tile. Got some eggs in it, and you spot something shiny below as well. It appears unguarded. Just don't climb out there, man. You'll die, like, for sure. I'd really like to climb out there and give it a shot. It's probably a bad idea. Oh. Goblin wall art. Engage in the wall art. Goblin artwork. A green face is splattered across the facade, staring wildly towards the flaming sky and the dragon spread across it. Or something like that. Can you call this art? What does it mean? They believe in their dragon queen. Such worship should be encouraged if only it was for Earth instead. It represents a devotion, albeit in an asinine way. The fire is the soul, a boundary between the real and the heartful. What does this tell me about the state of Norvik? Nothing really. The goblins are artists. All folk see a belief. They have simply made one out of this supposed dragon lady. They should worship Earth instead. There we go. Back to insanity. Place your hand upon the wall. You take a step forward. The painted stone surface is smooth. Truly ancient. You feel an esoteric urge to communicate with this object. Tell me your secrets. Yay! You sense a crack in the wall. It wasn't there before. Then you hear the voice, a faint voice, a hoarse voice. Secrets end when spoken. Talking to walls now. Awesome. What's it like being a wall? Nothing. Nothing good or nothing bad. Nothing. In isolation. What do you know about Norvik? Nothing. Do you know what Norvik is? No. Who built you, wall? A god? Fool it with the heresy. I'm a devoted servant of Earth and I don't listen to any other gods. Which god? Yomestra. Never heard of that god. Sounds like a weak god to have been forgotten like that. You will find the truth far below. Seek it. How old are you? In 15 time Alines. How many years is that? 2,000. What's your name? Chansey. That's a pretty name. Okay. What's your political affiliation? Fear. Perfect response. Are you sure you understand the question? Yes. Alright then. Those are all the questions I have, Wall. Okay. The crack disappears as quickly and silently as it came to. Then silence. The walls of this place hold more spirit than the people. Bow to the wall. Thank you for your time. Oh. Nature seeps through the cracks. Goblin Garden is ahead. You feel it. Braxo Pencil Wing. DC 24. Devil level 2 scribe. Surprisingly content, hard worker. Has a vested interest in the current regime. Devils used to be allowed into the city only on work visas, so he could have served for several decades. Somehow you just know this devil would gladly organize a mass genocide against non-humans in this city. What the fuck? Insane. What's your deal, pal? You raise your head towards the sky. Above you sits a tiny red creature. His wings flutter faintly in the wind. Just a little guy with wings, reading his little newspaper. The fiend throws a quick glance your way. He's annoyed. An evil creature, beware. Staring at a piece of paper, he does not acknowledge your presence. What you reading? A sigh escapes the fiend's maw. He slowly puts down the paper. The paper is actually a torn out page from a magazine. I like the funny pictures. I believe the fiend is being sarcastic. And I like the articles more. You can read? Congratulations. He's mocking you. Horrifically snide remark. I like this devil already. Wait, he says, leaning in to get a look at you. Earthguard? A cleric? Hell's you doing here? A reaction. Your presence is uncommon. Divine mission. The usual. Very well. I won't get in your way. I, for one, am very happy for your presence. This place has gone downhill since the city let the goblins and free striders run amok. We need some damn order in this place. Wise words. So if you need any legal advice, just let me know. Gives you a tiny, sharp smirk. You should be aware of the fact that this is literally a devil. A good little devil. You a barrister? A tiny barrister? No, I have no legal position within the city. I'm just fairly knowledgeable in the magistrate's code. He shows you a foul grin. So what type of work do you do? Why is there a rock flying over them? And if you love what you do, you will never work a day in your life, he says and smirks. Agreed, I love being a cleric of Norvik. Good, you should. It is a very honorable position to uphold the law. Now me, I do scribing most days. Got some connections within the palace, and believe me, Hugh, that's gotten me through some tough times. See, whenever some rich asshole needs a legal draft in a hurry, who do they send for? The guy with the wings, that's who. Awfully drab. Always on call, huh? For sure. But I get around quick. What do you do in your spare time? Calligraphy. He likes drawing, how quaint. True man knows the value of lettering. Oh, and I do love me some reading. Gaining access to the Darrowian library changed my life. Darrowian Library, the largest public library in Norvik. You spent many years in your youth inside those stony walls. What's it like being a little red guy? You want an honest answer or the one I tell my clients? Honest. Okay, let me put it like this. Bloodlust. It fucking sucks donkey shit. Do you know what it takes to get a promotion these days? No. We're talking decades of servitude to some sadistic fuck that wants to return to Gorgorian's greatness or some shit like this. Guy needs like a fucking New York accent. We're talking decades of servitude to some sadistic fuck that wants to return to Gregorian's greatness or some shit like that. And then, after risking your life and humiliating yourself, there's a chance this fucking guy will put in the effort of promoting you. And if you're unlucky, you'll turn into a freaking bug. Or worse, something without wings. Tell me about these promotions. Sorry, forgot not everyone knows how devil can work. Let's put it like this. Devils have a ranking system. Some are lower and some are higher. Only way to get higher and more metamorphose into a more powerful creature is to be promoted by someone with a higher rank. But hey, could be worse, he says and cackles. Could be a demon. What are you voting in the upcoming election? What am I voting for? Same as you, the little devil says with a laugh. The good guys. You're a hardcore Asgalist? What? He looks genuinely shocked. You're kidding? He examines you for a moment. Asgalist city cleric, huh? Well, I've seen stranger things. Anyway, you wanted something else? I'm done. I've asked everything I wanted to. Can you give me free legal advice? Oh yes, I'll gladly assist a member of the Earthguard any day. Just ask. Should I invest in stocks? Oh. I do not give nor have ever given investment advice. But, yes, he looks you up and down. I should ask, have you ever bought shares before, cleric? Uh-oh. I don't know what that is. Okay, some basics then. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. I'm getting into fucking stock discussion in a high fantasy game with a fucking devil as a cleric. Who's a fucking communist, by the way. Communist cleric getting into stock discussion with a lawyer devil in a high fantasy world. This game is brilliant. Popularized by late Divine Era human adventurer companies, a share is essentially a percentage of ownership of a certain venture. Divine Era, the third out of 5 eras. When the first gods were born out of mortal folk and power began to entirely fall into their wonderful and fragile hands. Could be a guild, could be a company, or a specific adventure. Something that is supposed to grow over time so you can increase the value of your securities in that venture. It's a risky way to increase your capital without actually doing any real work. Why is it risky? Sounds like free money. Good question. Imagine you invest in an adventuring party. They head into the Verdun Hills to dive into some Gate-era tomb or an esoteric area filled with talking cats. Something weird and dangerous, but with potential for a lot of cool treasure to be found and brought back. There's a major chance that those adventurers die out on their journey. If they do, you lose all the money you invested. They could make it back, in which case you'd get a percentage of the treasure based on your share, but how often do adventurers come back with a bunch of treasure these days? So, should I buy stocks? Look, there are rules in place. Norvik has laws governing what one can and cannot suggest when it comes to financial agency. Your god made those laws to protect people of lower than average intelligence from being tricked by those with ill intent. Where can I buy stocks? You can buy shares directly from a venture trader. Basically, someone can give you a piece of paper that says I owe you with some legal information on it. Or you can go to a trade hub. I don't think the Tolstat exchange is open until after the election, though. Have you ever bought stocks? Sure, I spend about 40% of my income in risky ventures. Sometimes I even get paid in securities, which is nice since I won't have to pay any middlemen. Could people buy stocks in me? The little red devil stares at you. If you were to set yourself up as a venture, then maybe? I mean, if you could convince someone to invest in you, you know, without breaking any laws regarding investment advice, I'd be impressed. So why not? What about currency trading? That's something I've heard about too. Oh, that's just the art of switching between various currencies. Say if you got a pouch full of old embers, that is the old draconic coins. They're made of gold, so even though there are no governments these days to support it, you can always just sell them for the gold value. Great, that's the most basic form of it. When it comes to city-backed currencies, it gets more complicated. If you got 10 Brimarks, and let's say you want to convert them into Reedsian 10s, how many do you get? I don't know. Me neither. The value of each currency fluctuates day to day, as does the exchange rate to each currency. Not to mention the location as well. 10s are powerful because of the far reach of the Free Strider trading charters. Brimarks are near useless in Norvik, so the exchange rate, while still not nothing, is quite low. That makes Blood City corporations way less interested in investing here, which then perpetuates the weak value of their currency. Sigs of old Diminor are used in some places, sure, but bring them out in Norvik and any shopkeeper will laugh at you holding out those shiny little crystal discs. Old Diminor, a term for Diminor, often used to refer to the band before it was renamed Reeds during the end of the Coast War capitulation agreements. Some say it with sarcasm, some say it with pride, some say it with fear. While the penning is accepted automatically, almost as if it's a slightly less valuable crown. Then the soul is, on the other hand, extremely valuable just because of the Golden Horde's influence. And the Ilum Janpala, those weird little ice cubes, these guys are Finnish. Those weird little ice cubes. Well, I'm guessing you've never seen one and never will. Take one to an exchange station and they will quite literally think you're messing with them. But yeah, that's some info for you. He has been long-winded. Thank you. He nods and grins. Economy, you know, messy and fun. That's all I have to ask about stonks. What about alignment? Ah, yes, the overrules of morality. Norvik does not moralize over alignment, officially. Nor do most of the city-states across the coast. But why? Look, I'm really no expert. If you want one of those, I suggest heading down to Waterlake. Scholar Appledent has an office there. He'll be sure to indulge you. He cackles and squints at you. That halfling's got one hell of a green lean, if you catch my drift, so be careful not to catch any bad ideas from him, you hear? What does the law have to say on resurrections? That's one hell of a question. He smirks for a while. Higher tier resurrections aren't illegal, they're just not available anymore. Not available? Figured a cleric would know better than me, but, he says and shrugs. Spells over 4th or 5th are rarely seen these days. If you want to know why, go pray. Your god grants you magic. In his wisdom, he only grants higher power when needed. In your lifetime, it has not been needed a lot. After Earth died, it's been a bit hard for even the top-ranking clerics to manage higher tier magic. At least if you believe the rumors at the Towers, which you should. Towers. The home base of the Order of Arcane Clerics of Norvik, also known as OACN. Nobody calls it that. What about low-level resurrections? There's Revivify, that's it. High-ranking officials love having clerics around for this one spell. Bunch of pussies. Revivify is for pussies. Does a murder still count if the victim is resurrected? Oh my god. Are you legally considered alive after a resurrection? Yes, for all intents and purposes, you are alive. Undeath, on the other hand, would be a very different affliction. And how is that defined? As long as the necromancy is considered of divine origin and the soul is returned to a healthy body, that is considered as a normal resurrection. If the origin is more black magic shit, as they say, or some kind of corpse animation, then it would be considered as bodily sacrilege. And that's a top-tier criminal offense. How top is it? Oh, it's up there. Does the murder still count if the victim is resurrected? He thinks about the question for a bit. There's been cases. Heard of a man stabbed in a bar fight, bled out just in time for a drunk cleric to arrive, cast Revivify, and then the bloke lived. The stabber ended up being charged with major transgression of personal well-being. And that's not murder per se, but I'd argue it had more to do with the fellow's barrister making it clear to the judiciaries there was no killing intent. So not an accident, but not a murder. Just a brawl gone too far. That'd be a hard sell if the victim wasn't breathing. A complex scenario, something clerics often have to contend with. But in most cases, I'd say yes. So don't go around murdering folk and revivifying them, cleric. It would be kind of funny, but, you know, don't. Does death absolve your crimes? Now you're asking real questions. But no, it does not. There's been actual laws signed in old kingdoms over this shit. He leans in, looking excited. A classic story, alright? A real bad guy is caught murdering his neighbor. Real sick shit. He's executed after a quick trial. Justice wins again. Everyone's happy. Surprise! Some holy man raises him up a couple of months later. Death and rebirth. Holy man or foul necromancer. In this situation, the bad guy did technically pay for his crimes. His life was taken by the state. Just because somebody gave it back to him doesn't change that fact, right? Well, people weren't too happy with that, as you can imagine. Thus, the common legal term for these days for capital punishment is DIP. Death in perpetuity. Stands for death in perpetuity. Kind of funny when you think about it. Makes total sense. It does. The city of Norvik might be a bit of a bureaucratic mess at times, but believe me, the law keepers know their shit. So to keep criminals dipped, most states tend to hide, lock up, or simply burn corpses and spread the ashes using non-resurrectable methods. So a properly dipped dead guy shouldn't be able to return without the use of some miraculous 9th level spell, which obviously these days isn't too likely. Well, so I want to ask about resurrections. Anything else? What about Charm Person? Charm Person, such a fascinating spell. Of course, all spellcasters are required to be registered in Norvik. It's the same in all not completely chaotic city-states. There are certain spells that are just not allowed at all, like Fireball is a popular example. But Charm Person is, despite its devilish mind control, legal if it is cast by a registered cleric or city-hired interrogating mage. Private entities are not allowed to learn or cast it, although I can promise you many still do. Good to know. Indeed, I have some questions about a PPG. A permission of public gathering? Yeah, I think I know what you're getting at. He throws a look over his shoulder. He is aware of the dwarves' plight. Finds the dwarves as annoying as you do. What would you look for if you're investigating a PPG? This would have been useful about 30 minutes ago. Wording. Legalese can get pretty complicated, and a good barrister could twist that stuff into oblivion. Other than that, I'd check the basics. Names, spellings, dates. A single lithographic error can cause a landslide of troubles. I know from experience. The Asgog dwarves got an expired PPG. Expired? Oh, strange. Why is that strange? Just seems like such a strange mistake. Asgallus are known for many things, but making a mistake like that ain't one of them. I don't know. Just seems strange. Though the dwarves got an expired document, they should leave. They have no legal right to be there. What's a PPG? EM takes a deep breath. A permission of public gathering is a legal document showing the intent of the magistrate of a certain district to allow an individual of a party represented by that individual to gather in a public place such as a town square, street, or city tunnel to perform, protest, exclaim, fraternize, or any other non-commercial activity. Holy shit. And I have a PPG. Not for me, ask Darrow. Or maybe don't, unless you've got some really important message to deliver to the people. Darrow who? Magistrate of Tolstead. He's in charge here, basically. Arguably. He says the quiet part out loud for comedic effect. How long does it take to get a PPG? A week, depending on your contacts and your pouch. Getting hungry. Should get a snack soon. He stares off into it. Oh, you were saying you hear about the tea shop? Yeah, of course. Pretty hard to miss when flying past Tolstad. What's your take? It blew up. Not sure what else you want to hear. Why do you think it blew up? Honestly, haven't seen a blast zone like that since the Coast War. You didn't hear this from me, but the little fellow trusts you. He is your friend. The scorch marks look like those from a fireball, but not the kind you get from a trigger-happy pit fiend. We're talking high-level wizard stuff. Be careful, cleric. Powerful forces are at work here. Thinking about it for a few more seconds makes it clear to me that it's all a big cover-up. Wouldn't be the first time a city-trained spellcaster goes a little off the hinge. There's corruption in every system, even in the great city of Norvik. Other than that, not to be self-incriminating or anything, but could be a fiend or an elemental. I mean, Waterlane has shipments from Kargamesh every other month. Maybe a fire elemental slipped through. Who knows? I think it's a rogue spellcaster. It's the simplest answer. But I'd suggest having a chat with the owner of the tea shop. Who knows what feathers were ruffled, eh? You an ominous chuckle. Citizen. Okay, that was a lot. Um, Clearly the developer has spent a lot of time thinking about legal ramifications of casting magic in city. No sense. Something easily glossed over in any tabletop campaign because why the fuck would you ever want to think about that? Uh, and I need to talk to the person. Find shrine untended for decades. Let's pray. Contemplate the tea shop owner. Bird folk on the run. His shop is in ruins. What sort of business did he conduct there? Contemplate the Dragon of Tolstad, a famous goblin leader. Her reach sharp, her gaze strong. She wants you to investigate the tea shop and report to her. The content of that report will determine much. Contemplate milk. No. Come on. Contemplate milk. Fine. It comes from a cow. You like it. Many do not. Now contemplate something else. Contemplate the Pillar of Jor. Go deeper. Meditate. Learn and study. Contemplate women. They exist. They prosper. You will not have one, for they are not yours to have. Though there might be someone who fancy you, if you show yourself to be a good man. Or bad, if you want the baddies. Contemplate your fall into the river. It was not an accident. You are not so clumsy. But the question here is not why you fell. The question is, why do you live? Okay. Prayer spells. These are good. Anything else? Can't I heal here through divine assurance or something? Not precisely. The gods do not usually grant divine interventions for minor injuries. Of course, you can heal here, but only if you pray hard enough. Attempt a prayer of healing. Removed the apples. Okay, well, fuck me, I guess, man. You recite a few words of remembrance before you sense the channel strings around the shrine. They converge upon you, mend you. Oh, shit! Well, that's something. Sure is, but you sense there's something you've missed. What were those words? The ones you learned at the towers. Good, fam? Holy shit. Cool. Empty barrel. Oh my god, what am I doing? Rough letter spot, Our Lady's Apartments. Old faded posters nailed to the wall. They're unreadable. Actually, readable posters. They're still kind of old. Your eyes laid upon a series of papers nailed to the wooden facade. Getting out information to people, how do you do it? One possible way, papers nailed on random walls. You'd be surprised how effective it can be. Some of them are torn or unintelligible if you catch your attention. This seems illegal. Advertisements require strict approval from the government. Tear them down and rip them up. Look at the flyer with the owl on it. S. Yalan and Sons, binders and lithographers. Everything from designing to engraving, account, books, manufacturing, water lane view 6. W. This place would fix your ruined spellbook. Prayer book, and yes, the place could help with that. Look at the old one saying grand opening. You can barely read the faded lettering on this ink printed flyer. Grand opening of the Stubborn Sphinx, brewery and commercial tavern, served without riddles, drunk with all charm, pillar crossing, second. Look at the poster with faded green hammer. The sun faded symbol covers most of this large poster. It's a hammer printed with green ink. Asgulus, those who share the plight of the common folk. Gather, you workers. Asgal said, no gods above, no king below, only folk. Asgulus rally on the 22nd of March, TS, Circle Square, Can't just gather people like this. The city is surely against this type of erroneous collectivistic behavior. Leave the posters. What the fuck? There's bicycles here? Okay, handful of bicycles are stationed at the local rack. Bicycle, a form of transport built upon the strength of your own two legs. True men race through the city of the streets to find their destiny. Bicycle, a tool for the common to reach this efficiently and safely. An invaluable tool for an egalitarian society. Bicycle. Bikes are nice. There's a stillness here, an uncommon sight at the heart of the city. This particular bike is yours. Oh. Lean in and take a closer look. The rusty chain seems brittle, but wrapped so hard around the tire that it would be annoying to get it off even if you had the key. Take better care of this magnificent bike. Good, no one will take a bike. Not even you, apparently. Wait, this is my bike? Sure is. Best way of travel in Norvik, except, of course, on this godforsaken island fortress. Where is the key? Not here. Could getting the key be a quest? It does sound like a quest you would get. Find the missing key. The mystery of the bike key. Something like that would be perfect. No quest to be found here, just sadness. Damn. Hold on, when exactly did I come to Tolstad? On the 21st of March evening. Then you fell. This is as far as you came. Pain, sudden and striking. The hair at the back of your neck stands on end as you sense the sudden shift. You stumbled over the stone railing. Yes. Was I alone? No. Shove in the dusk, in the dark, swift and deadly. An anti-city hate crime if I ever saw one. Do I recall anything important? You chained the bike. You stood up, then pain. That's it? That's all I remember? Yes. So fucking bad at this shit, man. Girl born from an Asgalist wave, an Asgal household come from a fallen Asgal state. She is an Asgalist. Octar. Where is Orc woman supposed to talk? Or Goblin woman? Sage Leaf. A lot of downtrodden goblins here. I wonder what the game is trying to tell me. I goes inside. This leads to Pillar Crossing. Snail. Ooh. This goblin gets shit done, no matter the odds. Highly competent, but with a craving of validation. Just look at the way he dresses himself. He doesn't work for himself or any ideal. The goblin devotes his life for his lady, no different from a religious nut. His clothes are fit for a Reedsian trader, and his haircut is fit for an Ascani nobleman, a superficial fella. Behind him, a vast view of the mouth of River Torna. A little weasel. Let me guess, you're the cleric. The cleric, yes. Yes, I am the cleric, that's me. He nods, looking tired and annoyed. I'm Snell, runner and handler of the HWBT. Old lady's been waiting for you. Old lady, his wife? Read the goblin kindly, this is the beginning of a great cultural cooperation exchange. HWBT? Halfway Bridge tribe. Seems surprised to have explained that to you. Old lady? The lady of below, the dragon of Tolstad. Lady Sageleaf? He's waiting for you, cleric. Nice to meet you, Snell. Raise your arms up in the air as one should when greeting an uncivilized tribal goblin. What the fuck are you doing? Where was? Not feeling it? The goblin does not respond, nor does he raise his own arm. Instead, he simply stares at you. His expression speaks of pain. Please, cleric, stop it. You feel great shame. Sleep deprived? Okay, right. Head down to the garden throne, but what's all this? You look like a human shit. You've been floating around in the banks of whatever your uniform shows it. He's making a playful jab, don't worry about it. Whatever do you mean? What do I mean? You're covered in grime. You're a man. Men are supposed to be covered in grime and gravel, at least 90% of the time. I don't want to be dirty. Great, you can wash up once we're done here. Just dust yourself off. Dragon's waiting, and trust me, you don't want to disappoint her. Even further. She's spooky? Yeah, real scary. Insult her and she'll bite your head off. Then she'll scorch your corpse to dust. He laughs and crosses his arm. But seriously, she will fuck you up if you annoy her. Not a jest. Tell me more about this lady. Sure, for starters, she's the most powerful woman in Norvik. And considering that there was an explosion yesterday right in the middle of her territory, I think it's about time you do your damn job, cleric. Okay, leave me to her. Good, but just to make it perfectly clear, some ground rules. Don't say anything stupid. Don't climb the trees. Stay away from the edges and enjoy the garden, cleric. Nervous, that makes you nervous. Body trembles. Look out over the river. The cold Ascani wind seeps through the cracks of your helmet. Earth be blessed, he is always with you. Follow him down the stairs. Figured river fights against. Railings follow the Safety Council standards of 22. A dank smell from below. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna talk to this lady, and then I'm gonna end the stream because it's 3 hours of me fucking talking non-stop. Holy shit. Ness Wikala Nesson of the Green. Unbothered, moisturized, happy, in her lane. She's focused on her work, but she does not seek strife. She will help you if you do not pose a threat. Her knowledge goes deep, far below the city. Learn from her and her loneliness. Stomach twist, beware her illusion. He's waiting.
Huh?
Dragging herself. The well-dressed goblin stands proudly on his back. Go ahead, cleric. Proud smirking motions towards the wooden throne. Much of his personhood hinges upon that throne and its owner. Such a little weasel. Okay then. Lady Sageleaf. Oh, nat 20, let's fucking go. Give me all that shit. Something is very wrong. Her eyes are striking your soul. Hold on to that feeling or you will be consumed. She wields power you could only dream of, yet her actions betray her nature. Evil? Good? Is selfishness for one's own tribe the defining trait? This creature is no goblin. Though her desire lies heavily invested within this tribe, she is far older and far more dangerous than all these servants of hers combined. She knows well the flames of Esuth. Why is she here? You see through her goals, her scheme. Is it so simple? Does she simply love them? Here we go. You approach the throne. The sprites flutter, their glow illuminating the trunk of this great tree. Its roots reaching far below, its branches holding up the dirt ceiling above. On the throne sits a tiny goblin, her smirk as bright as it is threatening. Her eyes follow you with an intensity, reminds you of a certain pale man. So this is the dragon. Yes, I can see it. Her glare is magnificent. Cleric of Norvik, of earth and river, her shrill voice echoes out through the chamber. She's talking to you, you're the cleric. I was assured by your masters, the top brass of the palace itself. Her words are tainted in disdain. Her voice causes you to shiver. They told me a cleric of the highest standing would arrive within the hour. So tell me, human, you should run. No, wait, you can't. But you should. Why am I sitting here waiting? An immense presence, you have no power here. Every word you say here could have a profound impact on the rest of this quest of yours. My apologies, lady. Her frown turns into a weary expression. Whatever. She does not feel like mauling you now. You're dancing on a fine line. Hers is a frightful presence. You need to stand. Do not let her impact your stature. You can't take this much longer. You need to get out of here. Oh, are you fucking kidding me? Oh, okay, bro. I was gonna fucking lose it. Holy shit. You brace your entire being as you meet her glare. With trembling innards, you resist. She lifts her chin. You stand. Good. She's not impressed, just happy that you did not completely lose your mind. The dragon leans on her armchair, letting out an exhausted throat. It is vexing to watch my streets descend so far. Are you even aware, cleric? A local business caught up in an inferno. In the middle of the day, right on Pillar Road. My road. She roars and you stand your ground. Holy shit, that scared me. I was like, that's the scream. That's the roar that she just fucking let out. Thank you for following. I wish I could see who it was because I don't have the Twitch thing open. And yet Magistrate Darrow spits out the name like it's a curse word. He alone believes the Halfway Bridge tribe does not have jurisdiction over this particular location. She appears to have been stewing over this annoyance for some time. Her anger is pure and intense. She's trying to reel it in. Hang on, let me fucking... goblin blew up. Yep. Mr. Darrow. Elon believes the halfway bridge doesn't have it. Okay. Why does Darrow say that? Because he is a fool born out of nepotism and alcohol. Horrific slander. Where is your usual jurisdiction? He leans back and picks something from between her fangs. I have an official recognition of law on Lower Tolstad. And where exactly is the tea shop located? He glares at you. It is or was rented out of a corner of the central fort just above the holes next to the pillar. She snaps her fingers towards the goblin on her right. That means it's a part of the core foundation of this island fortress. Therefore, that property is legally an underground rental unit, he says, bowing his head. Lady, my people have been handling that damn crow's contract for years. But no, suddenly when the entire unit goes up in flames, that's when my people no longer have the right to enter the premises, to deal with it, to clean up even. No, suddenly it is the city's business, and we should keep our noses out of it. Corruption, plain and simple. Sounds shady. Her sharp glare stabs you. Normal business in Norvik. And don't get me started on the actual effect this has on my people. Snell, she says, and beckons towards the comely goblin. He approaches the roots and takes a bow. Lady Sageleaf. Then he turns to you. The magistrate says it was an accident involving a fireplace failure. They've yet to send anyone in to actually investigate the scene. How can know that? What? Shit, something broke. Okay, that wasn't on purpose. You talk, if he does, so what? Say fast. Embarrassing, you're screwing up. I said, how can you know that? Sorry, I misspoke. I meant to say, how can you know that? He glances toward his lady. We've kept an eye on it. The explosion occurred on the 21st of March, just past noon. 3 minor injuries were reported in the area. Luckily, foot traffic was low at the time of the incident, so despite the massive kaboom, no dead folks. Who were the injured? We only managed to get one name in the chaos, a certain Frank, son of Frank, said to have walked away with lesser burns. It is honorable to name a son after the father. Ah, that ain't a real name. He was apparently dressed in a fancy yellow outfit, whatever that means. Beyond that, we have some conflicting accounts. One person said, quote, he looked like one of them dungeoneers you hear, a real adventuring man, end quote. Another said he was looking to get out of trouble, heading right down the stairs to Water Lane. Dungeon or Water Lane? Both sound like trouble. Frank, son of Frank? Yeah. Really? Yeah. A dungeoneer. If you believe it, that comment was from one of the militia members. It would be smart to check the city below, just in case, despite the dangers. Down to Water Lane? Yeah, seems like he was heading in that direction, though down could mean a number of things, Water Lane included. Fancy yellow outfit. I'm assuming some type of Reedsian fashion. Was he inside at the time? I doubt it, he says, considering the state of the building. Why was he there? We don't know. He is annoyed to have to answer that question. Where is he now? We don't know. Sounds like you were handed a tough hand. Yeah. Although one of the militia members mentioned him just calmly walking away down the stairs. Maybe down to the crossing or somewhere else, we don't know. Anything else you do know? Snell gives you a nervous look to his master before answering you. We have theories, but we need proof. The lady raises her claw. The unveiling has begun, cleric. Secrets in the ashes. Corruption, madness. She claws at her wooden throne. Politics. Bureaucracy wears her down. This is clearly the work of a rogue spellcaster, someone who cannot go unpunished. Justice, yes. A rogue spellcaster. Isn't there an anti-magic task force we can call out for? It's probably me. Why, yes, there is, she exclaims. She points with a sharp finger. You. The lady clears her throat loudly. I formally declare a joint venture. A joint, okay. Hello, welcome. I'm ending the stream fairly soon after talking to this lady. It's going fine. My throat hurts from talking for the past 3 hours. This game doesn't have any narration like Disco Elysium. Halfway Bridge Tribe and the Earthguard City Cleric shall investigate the tea shop on Pillar Road and bring justice to those who seek to harm the peace. No creature, foul or fair shall escape my rage. Yeah, welcome. The words seep out from her maw, burning the air. Every goblin in the chamber looks upon her in awe. She is theirs to serve. Is there any friendly zone for digital creators? I have no idea what that means. I don't know what a friendly zone is. The dragon has spoken. Nod solemnly. She looks upon you with a grim expression. The goblin is worried. Her hope is that you step it up and take on this investigation properly. Her fear is that you will screw it up legendarily. Snell, she says, waving towards him. Yes, Lady Sageleaf, he says, bowing his head. You're the handler of this case. You've worked on it since the explosion. You know more than anyone. Ooh la la, complimented by his queen. I want you to represent the tribe in this venture. His face lights up. A goblin and a cleric. Together you will have access to both Upper and Lower Tolstad. You're going to have the pretty boy around? Damn, I thought this was going to be fun. His expression is that of shock. He did not expect this. What I help new streamers to enhance their channel beauty. You like to see some of my creations? No, thank you. I am not interested in enhancing my channel's beauty. This always happens. Do not disappoint me, Snell. It appears you received a party member on your divine mission. Sad it had to be a damn goblin. Okay, bro, chill out. I'm not fucking racist, am I? God damn. Do I have a say in this? No. Her eyes burrow into your soul. You are not strong enough to stand against her. Worth a try. A new member to the party. He ignores you. Goblin takes a deep bow. Yes, Lady Sageleaf, your will be done. Sure, at your service, Lady Sageleaf. Yes, you are. Snell takes a step forward. First priority is the tea shop. We need to gain access. Your new goblin companion gives you a quick wave. Let's go, cleric. Snell has joined as a companion. You can speak with him if you need help finding your way across Tolstad. The lady is keeping information from you. You should investigate the tea shop thoroughly. We should also look for that witness. Yes, our Frank, dressed in yellow. He winces. Either over on Water Lane or down in the city below. Yeah, the port or the dungeon. I suggest the port since it's slightly less life-threatening, generally speaking. How do I get access to the tea shop? Talk to your boss, Darrow. Or I guess he's not your direct boss or whatever, but you'll need to get an audience with him if you want to get inside the tea shop. Right, and where is this tea shop again? The goblin sighs. You know the massive pillar reaching endlessly up into the sky? Yeah, just west of that. The pillar is the centerpiece of Norvik, a glorious esoteric monument, one Earth gladly kept in his new city post-reconquest. I like you already, Snell. Yeah, mutual, for sure. Let's go. Let's go, neat. Sick. This is my Kim Kitsuragi, I guess. You have anything else to say? Cleric, return. What are you really? What are you really? Whatever do you mean, cleric? You know what I mean. Her eyes light up. Leave us. Goblins surrounding her throne all pause and look at her. Leave us now. My lady, you too, Snell. Oh shit. Is this because I fucking rolled that nat 20 on the behold roll? Holy shit. Goblin looks confused at the both of you. Then he bows his head. Yes, my lady. Well then, what is it you wish you see so well, cleric? An inane observation, perhaps? You're a dragon. That is my nickname, yes, but I can see you mean something else. You're very easy to read, you see, unlike me, which makes me all the more impressed. I think I got lucky. Something's just off about you. If you tell anyone, I'll kill you. If you act annoying, I kill you. He smirks. I hope you enjoy sharing this little secret with me. The dragon laughs to herself, cackling draconically. She finds it exhilarating to have someone that actually knows. How awesome. A dragon, the natural enemy of man. It is actually very interesting to speak with a real dragon. They are considered very rare these days, especially one powerful enough to polymorph like this. He is in a natural shape. Transmutation magic. Why a goblin? Why indeed. I came to this city a long time ago, cleric. My reasons are my own. What's your true name? You wouldn't be able to pronounce it. Try me. No? Why would I share such deep secrets? You've already found out enough. Why did you come to Norvik? Isn't it obvious? Good kingdoms are hard to come by these days, especially loyal ones. Cackles a bit. Bakery. There is something she is hiding. Oh. She just left. Oh, fuck yeah. Let's get it. Yes! Oh, yes. Just watching her, it becomes clear to you. Her many actions, her way of life, the years she spent here building a life among these goblins. If it was for power, that desire is long gone. He is here for nothing but... You love them, don't you? She pretends not to hear you. You love them all, each and every one. Her draconic eyes focus in on you. Out of every lie you tell and every facade you hold up, it's clear as day that there is nothing you want more than to protect this herd of sheep you've picked up. She frowns more and more as you speak. They are truly your children, and you will do anything for them. Lady Miska Sageleaf smiles at you. You are correct, cleric. What an eye you do have. It did not start as such, I swear. I wanted slaves. These goblins, ripped out of their homes to be re-educated by humans, they were perfect. Yet after years of working my way into their hearts and into this position of power I hold within your dear city, yes, I grew fond of them. If you so much as ever hurt any of them, I will personally break this illusion of mine just to get the chance to flay you with my fangs. No threat is needed, I just wanted to understand you. She cackles. To think the last daughter of Oh, Jesus, man, she wasn't lying about the fucking name thing. To think the last daughter of Tisserel Denor would end up in such a seat. To be spied upon by some filthy cleric with the eyes of a hawk. She smirks. Once you finish this mess, bring Snell to me. He has served well for many years. I want him to know as well. Hell yeah, I got the fucking achievement. The achievement, like I was going. Oh, I got a achievement for this. After a quick call out, the goblins fled back into the chamber. Good talk, cleric. Now shoo. Your companion approaches you after Sageleaf ushers you away. What the hell did you talk about? He shakes his head. Actually, don't tell me. She'd get mad if you did. You'll find out in time. What? In time? What the fuck? That's so incredibly ominous. Sorry? I mean, it's just... Look, just shut up. I don't want to know now. Time to go. Okay. That was really fucking cool. This game is awesome. This game definitely... I read fucking carries the spirit of Disco Elysium. And not just doing like a rehash or whatever or like that. It feels fairly unique and doing its own thing. The inspirations are clear. It's not shy about hiding its inspirations on its sleeve. For now, I'm going to stream because it has been 3 hours of non-stop talking. My mouth hurts, man. I don't know when I'm gonna stream. I'll probably stream this tomorrow, maybe Thursday as well. I need to rest my voice because I have an actual tabletop session I need to get through later today, and I still need to make a battle map for that.